And I'm live! Just grooving away. Hello, everyone. I'll turn this down. Hang on. Well, it's nearly over anyway. I'm actually just in time. There we go. Hello, everyone. That was Working for the Weekend by Loverboy, but in a cheap MIDI format that I just found. What was that messed up donkey pony? I basically went on to this slideshow that you're seeing right now was from when I played Horse Prince. It was in the background because the game was in like portrait mode. You know, it was like a made for phones, so it was kind of just taking up the middle of the screen. So I had stuff in the background. What I did was I went onto a public domain stock image site, right? And just typed in majestic horse and downloaded about 6 or 7 images. And then I decided that it would be funny to add in some donkeys because I think they're cute. And then from there, I just started adding in like lions and shit. Please go to the weird pony if at all possible. I mean, I can just load up the slideshow on my desktop, right? 1 second. Stream. I just have a folder called horses, even though a lot of the images aren't horses anymore. Was it this donkey? Perhaps the one you meant? This donkey? Because I love this donkey. Or was it this donkey? I assume you mean the shaggy boy here. Love this donkey. It's just the shaggiest donkey I could find. Like a shaggy old donkey. Love it. It's so weirdly shaped. I know what's this bit going on. He's got a dump truck ass. It's just a weird boy. Like, it has some really thick calves there as well. This donkey does squats. Just constantly, like, up and down. Anyway, hello, everyone. Oh, I forgot to turn on the background lights as well. Well, the batteries are charging, so it's not going on. This is the slideshow. It's like, how many images is this? There's 10 images of just various animals that I turned black and white. These are all color images. I just put them into like 16:9 and then, you know, desaturated them and fucked with the contrast a little bit until they looked all, you know, artistic. That one's kind of nice. Horses look really fucking weird, don't they? Occasionally it kind of hits me that horses just don't look right. Like, they look a bit like monsters. It's just weird. I don't like it. I've never been a horse guy. I knew horse people in school. I grew up in like, not a rural area, but like a semi-rural area. There were a lot of horses around. Just never really liked them. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome. Yeah, I was never really a horse guy. Yeah, but you checked them. Hello, Peanut as well. And Craig and Valor and Emmy, and welcome everybody. And Mikey, welcome as well. This is the cutest image I have, probably, because it's just a really shaggy donkey. What is this, are you a pig guy, though? Yes, I love the pigs. Although I did see the most cursed image I've ever seen in my life today. I was on Twitter. I saw an image of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil, but as a guinea pig. It's like, I really like guinea pigs, and I really like Lady Dimitrescu. Mashed together, I really didn't like it. Just the antithesis of what I liked. Show that image. It wasn't too bad. I guess I could probably show it. Hang on. If I go to... Where was it? I can't even remember. I'll fucking type it in. Lady Dimitrescu guinea pig. Hello, Zara, as well. Yeah, here's the image. First thing on Google. Oof. I'm on Know Your Meme. There we go. That's the image I saw. Just something really unsettling about that. I really don't like it. Genuinely. Eating carrots? I need to buy some carrots. I haven't had carrots in ages. Just, oof. Don't like that at all. Love guinea pigs. Loved Lady Dimitrescu. Don't like them when they're smashed together. It's like, you know, ice cream and chicken breasts. Just not good. Anyway, let's go full camera. I'll do we'll do kind of I don't usually stream on Saturdays or Sundays, but I'm streaming now, so I guess I'll do like the normal things I normally do. I've gone quite heavy on the eyeliner today. Ooh, that's a bit too heavy. I just saw myself in the camera for the first time. That's very heavy on the eyeliner. I'll play the hurdle and the global, and then we'll play Purrfect 8 for a couple of hours. That's kind of all I want to do. Oh, that one, I love it. So, that's what'll happen today. Never too much eyeliner. I'm going heavier and heavier with the eye makeup. I don't know how to do the wing stuff. I don't know if I would do the wings. But like where you kind of like, I don't even know how you describe it. 1 second. Eyeliner wings. Is that even what you call it? Yeah, these things. I don't know how. I'll teach you. I don't know how you would do these. My brother does it really well. My brother has like big fucking eye makeup whenever I see him. And I once like asked him and he started describing it and my eyes just glazed over. And I was like, yeah, I'm never going to do this. If it takes longer than 10 seconds, it's very unlikely to happen. So, yeah. I guess you'd have to get one of these, like pens, right? I just use the pencil. I use an eyeliner pencil that cost me like €2. Liquid liner, that's the one. None of these people seem to have hooded lids. I'm jealous. I don't know what that means. Makes it so much harder. I don't know what that means. Do I have hooded lids? I don't know. What is a hooded lid? MUA do a cheap one for like £3. Sorry, eyelids. I assumed eyelids, but what is a hooded eyelid? This just looks like eyes. I don't know. Do you have a crease? Monolid upturned. Which one looks more like me? Upturned, maybe? Do I have... Do I have one of those? I don't know. Maybe almond? I don't really know what I have. You're a hooded boy too. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, whatever. Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's do it. Let's do a game, shall we? You have to do the wings slightly differently. Okay. Anyway, let's play a game. Sure. I have hurdle and global up, so we'll do them quickly, and then because I don't know how much time I have to stream today. Really, I have stuff on. Well, not until later, but I am going to run again today. I've been doing housework all day, so I'm already a little bit tired, if I'm honest. I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and went, oh, it's lovely. It's sunny outside. It's warm in this room. I'm gonna relax, and then realize that I had like 3 or 4 hours of housework to do just to like make the house not a disaster. So I've been doing that all day. Sorry, I don't even have my camera on. I've switched back to break slates instead of full camera. Jesus, that's when I went to bed, Emmy. I didn't mean to. I meant to wake up at 7 a.m., which is kind of my default, but I woke up at like 5:45 and then went, I'll just fucking get up. Anyway. But now I'm done for the day, aside from streaming. Although that's not really a chore. Anyway. Desktop. Hurdle, you're seeing it. An horrible bean was redeemed, so I'll spin the bean. Strawberry and banana smoothie or dead fish? Out of. I mean, I only have 3 flavors left, so I guess I'll just pick one at random, right? Skunk or licorice. Cool. That is... How many? There is 1 more skunk or licorice left. The new beans have officially shipped. They're coming from Germany. Actually, let me track that, see where I am. Oh, thank you for the gifted subscription. That's unbelievably nice. Very, very, very kind of you. Thank you for the gifted subscription. Not necessary at all, but thank you. I appreciate it. Updates. Oh, which email account did I order this on? I can't remember which email account is tied to my Amazon. Promotion. Oh, it would be in receipts, wouldn't it? I've organized my email account so well that it's just irritating to like navigate now. Like I have so many different subfolders and shit. There we go. Track my package. Track my package. It was dispatched yesterday. It is in France. So couple days, probably. Couple of days. Monday, Tuesday it'll probably be here. So yeah, it's fine. It's coming from Germany. It's gone through France. It'll probably go to like Liverpool and then Dublin and then get driven to me. That's usually how these things work. Because we don't have any Amazon dispatchment places in Ireland, which makes it very irritating. Like next day delivery and stuff doesn't exist here. I mean, I don't need next day delivery for anything. I don't live a particularly urgent life, let's be honest. But you know, it would be nice, I guess. Everywhere else seems to have it. I try not to buy from Amazon just in general on principle. Anyway, eat the bean. Hang on. My water is in the fridge. I'm gonna get that just because I don't like the beans and I need water. Everybody's working for the weekend. It's a scooped pig. Are you a scooped pig? I have the water. And a pig. Pig. Hello, pig. Come on, relax. Oof. There we go. Good pig. Oh, I'll put you down a second. I didn't do an amazing job. There's like a tuft on her back that I need to trim. Do I have the scissors? Actually, I do have the scissors. The scissors are still on the table. There you go. That's better. Say goodbye. Here we go. I know a fluff on me, but whatever. That'll do for now. Put that on my piano. That won't be good. Hello, Nuku. Welcome. Bye, Fluffster. If Dreya retches, imagine what it would do to the pig. They're used to noises at this point. Like, guinea pigs are very hesitant, frightened creatures, just in general. Why is it so dark in this room, by the way? What happened to my gamma? Why is my lighting... My main light is on. It should not be this dim. Hang on. Open that. Close that a little bit. No, that just makes me look like a ghost. Close this? Curtains being closed actually makes it a little bit better. Okay, that'll do. Fine, whatever. Bean. That's stink bug. That's... Is it stink? What the fuck was it? Skunk spray, sorry. Same thing. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you. Makes it up. I'm afraid to say those reactions are going to be clipped. It sounds like he's dying. They're very bad. I don't like them. Oh yeah, Emmy and Zara, I'm shocked you're up, by the way. Like, why are you up? It's Saturday. Go to sleep. Take some time. Go to sleep. You were playing Dead by Daylight for a ridiculous amount of time, weren't you? Anyway, let's do the hurdle. Hurdle. Global. We'll do a bet. We can do the global. And that we're both dead, and Craig too. And then we'll do the perfect date. If you've missed the last couple of perfect date streams, I went into it thinking that it was going to be just a pleasant little dating sim. It's gotten genuinely fucking horrifyingly dark and depressing. We got shot in the head at the end of the last stream. Legitimately. Dreya the Third got shot in the head. And the cats are all going through depression. It's very fucking harrowing. It's becoming more and more. Oh, Mikey, that is way too much. Thank you for the tip. Jesus. I mean, Uh, global, link to desktop. Cool. Bet's gone out, I think. That's all fine. Enter country name here. Let's hope it's somewhere near Europe, because otherwise I'm pretty fucked. Let's say we're in Italy. We are about as far away as you can get from Italy. Cool. Let's say we're in... Oh, that wasn't really a great guess, because it could be anywhere now. I think you're fucked on this one, with all due respect. Ooh. Is it... What's 8,000 kilometers? Is 8,000 kilometers like this kind of radius? So it could be like the south of Africa. It could be like... I don't think it's over here, is it? It could be like... Although, no. No, I don't think so. It could be like over here in like East Asia. I'm not gonna get it in that case. Let's say it's Bangladesh. No, I was closer with Italy. Jesus. Let's say we're in the south of Africa then. Let's say we're in... What's in the south of Africa? It's like South Africa, Lesotho, Botswana, Eswatini, and then up a bit is like the Congos. But I can't remember what's down south. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen like I have a laser pointer. I should be using my cursor. Let's say... Fuck it, cold. Let's say... Oh no. It's not down here, is it? It can't be down... Oh, is it one of these Caribbean islands that I don't know? Is it like Cuba? Oh, it's close to Cuba! Oh no, is it one of these? Ecuador? Where's Ecuador? There's like Panama. So it's Mexico, obviously. Panama. Is Guatemala around here? So it's probably further south, though, right? So it's probably like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile's the long boy, Argentina. Is Ecuador down here? I can't remember what's here. There's Brazil, and then there's a small boy there. Is it... What's 600k? It can't be that far away. Is it Peru? Trinidad and Tobago? I don't even know where that is. I could not point to that on a map. Let's look. I'm not going to look at spoilers from now on, right? I know that's just a guess, but still. Let's say Ecuador. Closer to Cuba. What? So what's here? Is this Colombia? Still closer to Cuba, but 600 away. It's not... So that implies that it's up like here. It's not the USA, is it? No, it can't be. It can't be the USA. Is it Mexico? Is it the fucking USA? No! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next guess. Next guess is the payout or not. What's right next to... Fuck, what's right next to Mexico? What's this? Not looking at chat. What's right next to Mexico? There's Panama is right there, I think. There's Guatemala, which is somewhere. Is Honduras a country? Honduras might be like a place in Mexico. I don't know. Is it Honduras? I don't know why. I'm just thinking Honduras. But I'm not 100% sure that's even a country. It might be... Like, Guatemala I know is a country. Panama I know is a country, but it's not Panama. Fuck it. Well, fuck. What? Is it Guatemala? Guatemala. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck everything. I hate myself. 9. Well, I'm deeply sorry, everyone. Honestly, I'm quite pleased with myself overall for remembering that they were countries. So, in my mind, this is a win. I wasn't as fucked as I thought. I only did one worse than Mikey. And honestly, it was a coin toss, whatever. Coin toss between these two. What's right there? What's this country here? I don't know. I know 3 countries in this little area. Anyway, I'm off the stream. Hope you have a good one. Thank you for joining, Craig. Belize? I forgot Belize was the country. I don't know if Central America is even a thing that's recognized. It's just North and South, isn't it? But I'm going to type in Central American countries. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica. Oh yeah, I remember where Costa Rica is because it's where Jurassic Park is set, right? Or is it Jurassic Park 2 is set near an island off the coast of Costa Rica, I think. So, yeah, that makes sense. Panama and Belize. Okay, fair enough. Embarrassingly, that is the only reason I know what Costa Rica is. I don't even know the first 4 letters to Guatemala. I don't know anything about Guatemala. I mean, look, this whole area in my head is kind of just Mexico and then this bit. Like, this bit could be anything. These could be arranged in any order. I know the Panama is the little skinny bit because it has the canal, you know, the famous one. And then South America, I know a little bit better, but not massively well. I think they have the Batpoo coffee. One of them, there's 2, like, there's batshit coffee and there's cat shit coffee. I can't remember which each one of them comes from. Coups and American interventions is all I know from that area. Yeah, I was actually watching a YouTube series about that. Well, loosely about that. I watch a YouTube channel called Film Cow. He's been doing this series of like animated like comedy talk show hosts or whatever, like this like horrifying talk show host thing talking to like pop culture characters, and it's like a fun dark comedy thing. But there's like a spooky stories section on it, and every spooky story is just about how the CIA destabilized a Central American or South American country in a coup. It's horrible. Henry Kissinger did a lot of weird shit, didn't he? Anyway, I was watching that this morning. Let's go full camera. I'll pay out the bet, and then we'll play Purrfect 8. Will Dreya get this in 8 guesses or less? No. And honestly, more people believed on me than is comfortable. So let that be a lesson to all of you. Holy shit, he's still alive? Yes, he is. Henry Kissinger is still alive. How would that happen? He's killed so many people. Anyway, desktop, look at that pig. And then I'll bring up Purrfect 8. Unfortunately, yes. Purrfect 8, where is it? Oh, I got to free up hard drive space today. I uninstalled a couple of games I hadn't played in a while, and it felt so good. I'm now officially back over 100 gigabytes free on my SSD. It's like breathing room has opened up. It's like undoing a corset, I imagine. Never worn one, but I imagine that's what it feels like. Yeah, Purrfect 8. Need to get on DBD with us tonight. If I'm free, I definitely will. I should be free. Screen resolution 1080. That looks right. Graphics quality perfect. Ugh. Play. There we go. Let's switch over to games. You should be seeing it in a second. I think all the audios are fine. Everything should be good. There we go. Everything's working, finally. Sometimes, a lot of games don't like game capture on OBS. A lot of games are just like, nah, use display capture and risk doxing yourself. Yeah, I'm looking at the meters. The audio levels look fine. Weren't you talking about corsets yesterday? Is this turning into a sub-goal, Dreya? I don't think I will ever wear a corset. They just look very uncomfortable. Like Boob Lady in the Council, which I was playing yesterday, which is why it came up, I assume. She does not look comfortable in that. It looks way too tight. Anyway, play. We are on... Well, continue, I guess. Yeah. So, first chapter. If you need a tiny, tiny, short little recap for this. First chapter. We've been invited to this cool island. Oh, there's lots of cats in there. Oh, we've been bitten by a cat. Oh, now we can understand cats, and we've been told we're going to slowly turn into one. Oh, now we're starting to slightly forget things, and then we fail to find an antidote, and we turn into a cat. Then, our successor gets invited to the island. Basically, the same thing happens. She falls in love with a cat, romances her, turns into sort of like a weird BDSM relationship, but eventually turns into a cat. Our third option here rebels against this a little bit, gets fired because of the creepy scientist telling her that she has to experiment on animals, tries to leave and gets shot in the head. So it's all been a bit fucked, really. Continue. We're choosing Dreya the Fourth, who I guess is this person. Oh, this person's next on the list. Dreya IV. There we go. Dreya the Fourth. That's so fucking dark. Wearing a corset should feel like a hug. Welcome, Scottish Charmander. I don't know. I've never worn any sort of binding garment at all. Like even I have considered, because I've been running a little bit recently. I have considered getting some of those like like under tops and like under trousers where they're like they almost look like long johns, but they're like compression gear. That might be fun. I kind of like wearing tight clothing in general, but I think a corset would be a bit far. Like I quite like I like wearing like the trousers I have on right now are very baggy in my opinion, but objectively they're not. They're just normal trousers. It's just all of my other trousers are like slim fit, very stretchy. I have a compression top, it's good actually. I need to buy one. Just in time, eyes half closed, but looking forward to continuation from the cliffhanger. It was kind of a cliffhanger, it was fucking awful. We used to get killed, we got killed. I used to wear corsets when I could be arsed with the goth look. It's a very gothy look, isn't it? Do people wear corsets if they're not goths anymore? I'm not sure they do. It's just a goth thing. Anyway, accept. I mean, look, it can be a nice look, I'll just say. As long as it's not killing people. What an amazing journey. I've always enjoyed being out in the open waters, and this was really smooth sailing. I must skip off the wooden jetty to be greeted by a burly man in a security jacket. ID. Oh, I have to remember all the fucking voices I was doing. I rummage about in my bag until I find the laminated security pass I was issued with on the mainland. Dreya the Fourth. I look so happy! Aw, I don't know. Thank you, Mikey, for joining, and thank you for the bits. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. You're not allowed in passports, at least that's what I was told. My driver's license and my passport, I look fucking miserable in. Because every time I went to get a photo taken, they were always like, I would smile or like try and do some sort of expression, and they'd go, remain neutral, please. And I have a genuine case of resting bitch face. Like, I look like I am fucking angry and sad all the time. Wish me luck with 5 burly German men. Good luck. Like, I always look fucking incredibly annoyed when I'm just doing my neutral expressions. And so, I just don't look happy in any photo of me, really. Anyway, continue. Saving. I like how it skips the preamble. No smile, no hair covering face, put your top back on. I don't think I was allowed to wear glasses in my passport photo. No, you know what they did? They said I could either... They asked me if I always wear glasses, and I went, I mean, most of the time. I wear contacts sometimes. And they went, okay, take off your glasses. And so I took off my glasses, and thinking, okay, maybe I just not have to wear glasses. And then they gave me, like, default glasses. They gave me, like, tiny wire-rimmed old woman glasses and said, you have to wear those. And I went, do I? Can I just not wear any glasses? And they went, no, wear these. So I look fucking insane in it. I don't like it at all. Anyway.
Come on then, Skipper. Follow me.
Luckily, this guy isn't the sociable type, so I can take in the sights without distraction while we whiz along the forest path. It all looks so lush and green.
The boss is in there.
The creepy guy who was doing fucking nonsense to me last time? What? I know! Where's my passport? I'm not going to show my passport, but I don't even know where it is. I haven't left the country in a while. Glad to have you on board, Dreya the Fourth. Shall we go through a few formalities and then call it a day? That way you can get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow. Sounds good to me. So first, shall we have a little refreshment? Right. So, we've gone through most of these. Actually, he's no longer offering me tea. The first time we came, I don't know what significance this has, if any, by the way, but the first time we arrived on this island, he offered me tea, and then was very sort of standoffish when we said tea, please. He's no longer offering whiskey as well. Let's say gin. My dad always makes me drink gin. My mum and dad got really into gin recently. I don't know why. I think it's just a craze here for some reason. I'm sure in other countries as well. But gin got really fucking popular a couple of years ago here. And my parents have drank nothing but gin since then. So anytime I go to their house, they have gin and tonics just around. And they have weird, wacky flavors of gin. And they're always getting me to try it. And I go, yep, that tastes like gin. Cool. Don't know what else I'm supposed to say to this, really, but that is definitely gin. Gin? For medicinal purposes. He necks the bottle before handing it to me. Much better. I find it settles the stomach. Do have a try. Gin was nearly banned for was banned in places for a long time, wasn't it? Like in Victorian London, it was banned because they thought it was like causing the collapse of society. Because everybody was like necking gin all the time. I hold the empty bottle self-consciously. The rest of the day is taken up with procedural stuff. Professor Popper showing me around the island personally. It was nice to get to know him a little bit. He's rather eccentric, but in a nice way. Is he trying to be a bit more affable now? We get the catalogue, that's fine. We chip the cats. We meet the sexy cats off screen. They're not sexy, they're literal cats, but we do fuck them. As I'm settling into my tent, I make a discovery that really catches my attention. It's a notebook that was obviously written by my predecessor. They've left it under my bed, which is as good an invitation to read it as far as I'm concerned. I think it may be the first draft of a novel, and it's not bad either. They certainly have a vivid imagination. There are bizarre stories about talking cats and other island anomalies. They're obviously very inspired by their surroundings. I must say it's a great read. Imagine if it were at all true. Oh no. The others were way more willing to buy it. It's okay to fuck them. They're probably human, probably. They're sentient. Not sentient, sapient. You don't fuck something just because it's sentient. Jesus. That's basically everything. But they're sapient. They're aware and speaking to me. They can give consent. I know they're cats, but you know. If a talking cat came up to you and said, fuck me, please, I'm not saying I would. In fact, I'm very emphatically saying I would not. But it wouldn't be that shaky, I guess. They are asking... Gee, that's a phrase. They're asking for it. Girl's got needs. I laugh at my little fantasy as I snuggle down for my first sleep on Cat Island. Aw, that's nice. Depends on if they're wearing a corset. I imagine of all the animals, a cat would be most likely to wear a corset. I don't know why, I've just said that. But I think, I don't know, something about cats, right? You know, just kind of fits, right? Don't really like cats that much. Sometime in the middle of the night, I'm woken by an intruder in my tent. Before my brain can catch up with what's going on, I've leapt from my bed, shouting. Who's there? I can't sound intimidating. If I was, like, caught in the middle of the night in a tent, I'd probably just go, who's there? I scramble around for a few seconds before I realise that the notebook was taken. The next thing I know, I'm running through the forest barefoot, chasing what looks like a cat. This is insane. It's me, running barefoot. A wave of nausea rips up in me, and I realise I've become perilously close to the danger zone. Remembering the warnings from that notebook, I try to turn back, but my legs give way under me. I close my eyes tight as I hit the ground. I open my eyes. A calico cat. Oh, I feel so sorry for her. If you didn't know, if you missed the last stream, what happened with her is we romanced her last time. We got into a steamy lesbian relationship with this cat. It was going really well. She was a bit of a sort of crystal freak, but you know, it was endearing. My character wasn't massively into it, but you know, we kind of humoured each other. It was all working out well. We fell deeply in love. And then got shot in the head. We didn't actually get a happy ending with her. We got shot in the head before we could. And that was my decision. We could have had a happy ending, and I chose to stand up for ethics. So, she's going to be very sad this time, isn't she? What was her name even? I can't even remember what her name was. Tabitha or something? I think it began with T. I pass out. And here are our cat friends. Oh yeah, we didn't become a cat at the end of the last one. It was too late. Oh, I'm laying on the sand, surrounded by cats looking down at me. Oh, what was his fucking voice? I think he was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, cut us a live one.
Move back, child. Yeah, let them breathe, like, or they won't be alive any longer. As my brain begins to defuzz, I realise that this is what I was reading about in the novel. Only it wasn't a novel. My stomach tightens. It was a journal. I focus my eyes and pick out the big marmalade cat. Have I been bitten?
Gordon's alive! Of course you've been bitten. How else would you be able to hear us?
This one's an idiot.
Don't be rude! Trixie, that was it. I knew it began with T. Trixie, the sad cat. The calico cat turns to me. You know about being bitten? You read the journal? Most of it. Enough to understand what's happening here, Cara. Enough to know you have a choice to make. I look from the cats to my scratched and bitten arms and back again. We're gonna help the kitties, obviously. Enough to know that there is no choice. We have to help each other. Bravo, like. So, let's cut to the chase.
We've already done the chase bit.
It's really bad. Hush now. What do you need to know, human? I'm still a bit dazed and in shock. Everything, really. Oh, this is the first time we've had this little extra bit. At that moment, my catalogue starts beeping. It's telling me I have 15 minutes to get back to camp and start my first day. I have to go. Let me get myself together and we can catch up later. I have a feeling you're going to do very well, like. The best one yet! We seem more on board than the previous ones, definitely. We seem less reluctant. Just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll get on with things. Workman-like, I'd say. I'm just about to enter the lab to begin legitimate work when the catalogue beeps. It's a message without any contact information.
In calm water, every ship has a good captain.
What? I don't even... No, I've had enough mystery a person can handle for one day. If you want to be anonymous, I'll take it you don't mind being ignored. Ooh, bitchy. I like it. I like this, Dreya. The professor's already working when I arrive, but I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day efficiently as possible and head back into my tent. As soon as my work is done, I want to get to grips with the finding out everything I can. Okay, I'm positive about this one. We're gonna fuck a cat and do really well. And try... Oh, extras. That button hasn't been there before. What? Should I do a little something different? What's this? Something has woken me, and I can't work out what it is. I'm so used to the sounds of the island by now. Waves crashing in and out, yowling, the sounds of the occasional cat fight. That they no longer disturb my sleep. Whatever it was seems to have stopped, so I bring my blanket up to my chin and allow my eyes to close. The sound of the waves gets fainter.
I'm actually making myself slightly sleepy.
My mind drifts further and further away into the land of sleep. I should do sleepy ASMR. Suddenly, I'm awake again. I can hear a strange noise coming from somewhere nearby. From my very tent, in fact. It sounds like scratching? I strain to make it out. It's familiar but uncommon, like a pen on rough paper, or a quill. I sit up abruptly and find myself alone in my tightly fastened tent. I reach for my torch to take a better look around and realise that I'm holding something in my fist. It's a fleshlight. I don't even remember grabbing anything. I open it slowly, wary of what it might be. I must have written a note to remind myself of something and then forgotten that I've even written it. This place certainly messes with your mind. I look at the elaborate swirling cursive. It's definitely not my handwriting. Do you need assistance? SH. I'm trying desperately to think of anything that could be. SH? Oh, it said Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes? Like, what? This is taking another weird turn. Who is SH? I do a quick mental run-through of everyone on the island, and the initials don't fit anyone. Maybe it means shh, as in keep quiet? But even so, assistance with what? Welcome, Samval. I stare at the piece of paper for a while, wondering who could have slipped it into my hand while I was sleeping. More importantly, why? I scrutinise the handwriting. The yawning will stop as I wake up. It's unusual and beautiful. Normally, I would think this was some kind of practical joke, but it's been written by someone with such a deft hand that I can't imagine anyone here being capable of this class of penmanship. This has been written by an artiste, Steve Harvey. Oh god, no, that's worse than getting shot. Why would anyone assume I need assistance with anything? In spite of myself, I begin to drift back to sleep. You know who it is? It's Steve Harwell, the lead singer of Smash Mouth. Just wants help writing some lyrics, trying to avoid getting bread thrown at him again. Well? Sorry, I'll compose myself. Don't even know what voice to do for this one. Wasn't expecting another cat.
Sherlock the Holmes here. Well, do you need assistance?
I'm sorry, what? Who are you? I take out the catalogue and try to scan this mysterious cat. No data available.
Who am I?
Oh no. If I might be permitted to make the instructions, Dr. John K. Watson. Most happy to make your acquaintance. He holds out his little paw for me to shake. Hello. And this is the legendary Sherlock C. Holmes at your service. Sherlock doesn't even look at me. I think his ego may be bruised by me not instantly recognizing him. We're here to help. Help who? Why, you, of course. Oh, I wasn't aware I needed any help.
Kermit, if you do not see that you are not equipped to help yourself, I put it to you that you are in more need of our help than was previously understood.
He's rarely wrong, so yes or no? Yeah, I kinda need assistance. I mean, I'm in a fucking cat island and turning into a cat. I think I would like some help. Eat the eggs, Smash Mouth, a very obscure reference. It's too obscure for me, it turns out. Maybe?
Allow me to alleviate you of some of the questions that are inevitably swirling around in that tiny, diurnal brain of yours.
Diurnal? I think that might mean awake during the day and asleep during the night. Is that diurnal? Because I know cats are crepuscular and not nocturnal. I think they're crepuscular, which is like awake during early morning, like dawn and dusk. A bit like guinea pigs. They're most active during dawn and dusk. They're kind of awake forever, though. Yes, good.
It has come to my attention that you are interested in finding out more about the true nature of this island. That's a good thing. It indicates that you may not be quite as stupid as you look.
Now really, Holmes, I would ask you not to insult our client.
Oh, I do not mean to insult them. Surely even they are not so stupid that they do not know how stupid they are. As I was saying, my interest has become sufficiently aroused as to prompt me to agree to aid you in your endeavors, to unravel the little mystery that you have stumbled upon. Clearly, we cannot do all the hard work for you, but we shall assist you to the best of our abilities, my abilities being far more useful than that of my colleague, obviously.
Now, Holmes, really? What my good friend... I can't do the fucking voice. What my good friend here is trying to say is that we are at your service, and we shall do our best to help you find the answers you seek to the questions you ask. I suppose that's very nice of you, but before we go further, who sent you? Sherlock and Watson share an inscrutable look.
You really must focus on asking these right questions if we are to make any progress. I shall appear with intelligence shortly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Was that a dream? I sit up in bed again. Zane is calling through the tent flap.
Or should I say good afternoon?
Crumbs, I've overslept. Sherlock here acting a bit of a prick, IMO. Is there any Sherlock Holmes stuff where he isn't a prick? He's always kind of a prick, isn't he? I've never read the original books, but I assume he's a prick in those too. I've never seen a Sherlock adaptation that wasn't like a complete prick. Okay, weird. Extras. We can do a Sherlock Holmes mystery. That didn't even take any... Let's just fucking follow through the Sherlock Holmes stuff, I guess. Sherlock 2. Hello. I'm woken by the sound of music filling my tent. Music? What the... Oh! Look, it's Sherlock Holmes' cat playing a little violin. As I grab my torch and fill my tent up with a bright light, I see the bizarre spectacle of a cat in a cape and a deerstalker hat playing a violin. This is too weird even for this island. I think I've lost my fucking mind. That seems to be what's happening here, right? We're having cheese dreams. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but we're having cheese dreams. Be quiet, you're gonna wake up the whole fucking camp. I'm afraid I can't stop until he's completed the entire coda. OCD, you know. But why is he playing in my tent in the middle of the night? Snoots McCool, hello. It's what he does. Well, can't he do it somewhere else? It's what he does when he's near to working something out. On the edge of the precipice of enlightenment. God damn it, I'm beginning to sound like him. And what does it have to do with me? It's so nice out and you're inside. It is very nice out. But I was outside, but, you know, it wasn't very pleasant. I was doing some yard work and weeding, and then, like, making sure the grass was properly cut, and hanging out laundry. So now I just want to be indoors. What does this have to do with me? Damn. It's your little mystery he's working on. At that moment, the music ends with a flourish. I'm sitting nice inside, curtains mostly drawn, with a desktop fan pointed at me, and that is where I will stay for the rest of the day, I think. No, I need to go running later. Oh, I'd already forgotten that. It's not going to be fun. I'm going to wait until it gets less hot to go out running, because I think I might die otherwise. At that moment, the music ends with a flourish, and I begin clapping instinctively. I stop, irritated with myself for encouraging him. The prick. Sherlock takes a little bow.
I have it.
Have what?
Come for me.
Kermit Joy? Anybody interested in that? I could get into a new business.
Come for me, piggy.
Come, clothes outside. There we go. And he's gone. You'd best get dressed and meet us outside. I do as I'm told, cursing myself for going along with this nonsense. It's the middle of the night and I need to work tomorrow. We're definitely insane at this point, right? This is jump the shark if this isn't insanity. When we reconvene out in the cold of the night, Sherlock is pacing up and down, flinging his little cat arms around, as though he's conducting a little orchestra. I lean in closer to Watson and whisper so only he can hear. What the fuck is he doing? It helps him to think. Can we get on with it, please?
Follow. Follow. Kermit the Frog here, follow.
There we go. He struts off towards the back of the labs. We come to a halt at the incinerator pits.
Regard, if you will, the small particles of grit at the epicenter of the incineration, resistant to total cremation. The remains of teeth, possibly?
Good for you for running. Going to run away from you if I hear camera coming, though.
Miss Piggy, keep going. I'm nearly there. Yay!
Before we can comment, he's striding off again. Bear with him, it's usually worth it. I traipse behind him until we stop again. Oh no. This time, we're outside of Professor Pauper's tent. You've got it down perfect, to be honest. Comet the Frog, Ben.
We will need to be stealthy. What I want you to see lies within.
We can't go into the Professor's tent. He's in there, sleeping.
My powers of stealth are beyond what is the expected range of a normal feline, or any animal for that matter. I have trained to the highest level in the art of kakate. For many years I studied under...
Just get the fuck on with it. If he wakes up, you're going to carry the can. You understand?
My dear child, I understand the greatest problems posed to humankind's greatest thinkers. I doubt I shall be taxed by a nincompoop of your caliber.
Spermit. Oh... That one is just gross in my... Comet the Frog is bad. Sperm, it makes me feel uncomfortable. It just implies that the puppet is drenched. Don't like it at all. Now, Holmes, be nice, and be quick, I might add. The client's teeth are chattering. Actually, stop. I'm taken aback by my own forcefulness, and even the great Holmes stops in his tracks. I want you to come back to my tent, right now, and explain whatever the fuck it is that you think you know. No more of this theatrical showing off. Just tell me like a normal person.
As you wish, but it won't nearly be so.
It's my turn to stride off and leave him mid-sentence. Good. I like this Dreya. This Dreya stands up for himself a bit more. We're settled back in the warm, and Sherlock has reinflated his ego.
I have a theory, and until it's proven, that's all it is. A theory about what this island is for. The secret it keeps, or secrets, if my deductions prove true.
I'm very fucking tired. Please just tell me the theory.
I'm still working on the individual components of the larger picture. However, for this evening, and to whet your appetite, I shall disclose and leave you with this. There are deviants that walk on this earth under the guise of normality. They're called Dreya's Chat. If exposed, this would shock you to your core.
Okay.
I intend to prove that this very island is home to one whose practices are not only unlawful, but also unthinkable.
When are you going to actually tell me anything? Yes, Holmes, come now. We need to get along.
I refuse to be rushed and bullied in this vulgar way.
It's going more Fozzie Bear as it goes on, isn't it? We just want you to say something of significance that actually makes some sense.
Human sacrifice.
Oh. Well, that kind of makes sense. Are the people who are being invited to this island human sacrifices then? Am I a human sacrifice? Man trying to fuck a cat while orpeeing as Kermit the Frog. Spermit, that's disgusting. Well, it is. Yes, I raised the proposition of Kermit JOI on my own, but that's going too far. Human sacrifice. Well, that's shut us up. I wait for him to continue, but of course he strings it out as long as possible for dramatic effect.
Kermit the Frog. The offering of human babies in sacrifice is an ancient practice. The demand for virgin blood by the dark gods is widely recognized as...
Sorry to interrupt you, but are you saying that there's sacrificial rituals going under here that I haven't noticed?
Why would you not? Noticing what's right under your nose be... Why would you not... Why would you not noticing what's right under your nose be noteworthy?
Took me a while to parse that sentence.
May I remind you that I need to point out to you the human teeth in the incinerator, a place you inspect daily?
Exactly. I tend to those pits as part of my daily routine, so I know them inside out. What you're referring to as teeth are the small pebbles that cling to the roots of the plant samples we burn. Pebbles don't burn. They collect and alter the temperature of the incinerators. We have to clear them out. Sherlock is uncharacteristically quiet. Watson looks very embarrassed. Now, unless you have any other ridiculous fucking notions in your stupid fucking head, get out.
You have no idea the danger your ignorance places you in. I shall not be deterred by your lack of cooperation, but shall return shortly with irrefutable evidence. Now, good evening.
I'll call for you if I need you. I'm sorry for everything, really. We'll wait to hear from you. Adieu. Oh, should one of them be French? Adieu. I cannot do a French accent, even a ludicrous, ridiculous one. Okay, I guess we'll continue on this route. It doesn't appear to be taking up any of my rest or anything, so this really is an extra. It seems like there's 4. Like, I imagine these are different extras, right? They're all on different notes of paper. Let's just go through this and then we'll fuck a cat. Unless we can fuck Sherlock. I don't know. I feel like Sherlock Holmes wouldn't be a very good lover. Just something about him tells me that. I'm coming to the end of my fieldwork for today. It's been a long morning that has taken me close to the opposite end of the island. I don't often get out this far, so I decide to take a break here and eat my lunch. I'm just relaxing with a tuna wrap and apple juice, like a toddler. When the peace and quiet is disrupted by the familiar sound of a violin. Sherlock, is that you? Watson pokes his head out from behind the rock I'm leaning against. A yawn is coming. You're quite far from home today. Aren't you nervous being so close to the enemy? Oh, really, Watson? I thought better of you. You sound like you've been spending time with Fluffybutt. The original elder cats are not the enemy. No? Are they your friends? Well, not exactly, but that's only because they're understandably suspicious of why we're here on their island.
Kermit, your first error, my dear child.
He has stopped playing his violin and deigned to join us. Oh, I want to punch this cat. I've never punched a cat, but I want to punch this cat. Oh God, Nuku.
I have disguised my orgasms, Dreya. Can you work out when they were?
That's gotta be a game show, right? Probably in Japan. It's gotta be a game show. You like buzz in. Hello, Holmes.
By what evidence do you deduce that this is their island?
They were here first.
And you know that how?
Oh God, Ken.
You jump to erroneous conclusions based on assumption and zero factual verification.
I'm keeping the rights for that idea, thank you. I'm not in the mood for him today. Either make him wind his neck in or I may have to muzzle him. Ooh. He's probably into that. Try to be patient. He means well. He's just not very socialized. Come on then, Sherlock. Let's hear it. What do you have for me?
I have devoted myself to the task of unraveling your problem, and I believe I am on the point of a denouement.
He is coming. Plain English, please. He's about to reveal all.
What an extraordinary fitting backdrop for the staging of this revelation. You see over there the shadow cast against the rocks?
He's pointing in the direction of Elder territory. I screw up my eyes against the glare of the sun. And look at the wall of grey rock out in the distance. He's right, I can make out the shadow of the giant cat statue that sits in the middle of the danger zone. So that's always been there. You're hardly disclosing ground-breaking developments.
Au contraire, my dear. It cannot always have been there. Someone must have put it there.
Well, yeah, but long before any of us arrived. Believe me, no one would like to understand how it got there and what it signifies more than me. But unless we find a way to communicate with the elders, it's going to remain a mystery.
And that is my stock in trade.
Go on, then. I continue with my lunch.
It's very simple, actually. The statue of Bastet,
no idea,
your goddess, was erected by your leader, or rather, by his minions under his direction.
What? I stop eating. Or what? What? Watson? I think what my learned friend is trying to tell you is that you are in a cult, and Professor Pauper is the charismatic leader. That would kind of No, I don't know if that makes sense. They seem more the sort of evil scientist route than the religious cult route. I don't know if I believe him, although it would explain all the statues. Huh. I hadn't considered the cult angle. There is a moment of silence, when nobody moves until it's broken by my sudden outburst of laughter. A cult.
Not just a cult, but to be precise, the cult of Bastet, feline goddess of Egypt.
I'm finding it hard to breathe for laughing. And who's in this cult and why?
All of you, of course, each seeking out a place to belong, each running away from something. I googled you on my phone the other day. Turns out you were in trouble for maybe doing something to a cat? Something about a Twitter cancellation?
Such as?
Take a look at, if you will, at the containers you have been filling all morning, full of cat cum.
Plant samples.
And you will be taking these samples to...
The marigolds. You obviously know this already. Cut to the chase.
Clearly, I have to spell it out to you.
God, sorry for the odds.
It is my belief that they have had to seek protection and concealment on this island from both the authorities and rival drug barons.
I look over at Watson for some sign of sanity, but he's buried his head in his paws and obviously thinks the same as me. The marigolds are what, drug dealers?
They are in the business of the manufacture and distribution of illegal, mind-altering substances. Or at least they were, until something drove them away and forced them to begin again here. The professor has taken them in and now put them to work for him in exchange for silence.
That kinda does make a little sense. Everybody here seems a bit shady.
Just look at the evidence in front of you. They are cultivating a herb garden under your nose.
Right, I've had enough of you and your crackpot fucking ideas. Take your little violin and go fiddle elsewhere.
I can tell you are in no mood to open your mind and take seriously my proposals. I will take my leave of you. But in my absence, ponder this. When you engage in the trance-inducing maneuvers your leader trains you in, Davy, can you be sure he is not gaining control of your mind, body, and spirit?
Oh my god, yoga. He's teaching us yoga. He's already gone and I'm shouting to an empty space. I can only apologise and ask that you don't think too harshly of him. How do you do it? How do you put up with him? I suppose I care for him rather deeply. He's a brilliant top. I feel a little ashamed for not caring a bit more than I do. Aw, poor Watson. I always thought that about Watson. He's kind of being strung along. Sherlock kind of leads him on, doesn't he? Like, Watson clearly just wants him for one night, and then he could be free. I guess we'll finish the Sherlock thing. Sherlock 4, and then we'll actually do the main story bit. Get working on an antidote. Sorry, one last yawn. I will try and get out of my system. Smithers and Burns? Yeah, very similar. I've been helping with the deliveries this morning. There are only 3 boxes left, which I'm attempting to carry in one run, so the final box is perched precariously on the top of the other 2. Bob recommends I only take 2 at a time, but I want to get on with other things. Sherlock lots Watson into his little cage at the end of each night. I'm inching my way blindly along the jetty path, regretting my impatience. When suddenly something flies out of nowhere, all 3 boxes go scattering in front of me, tripping me up into the bargain. What the...
Are you bowing before me?
I know who that fucking voice belongs to before I even look up. Sherlock, what the fuck are you doing? Allow me to help you up. We are terribly sorry. Thank you. I'm sure you are, Watson. I find it hard to believe he understands what that even means.
Sorry is a word, my dear. You cannot feel a word.
I can feel your fucking neck. He's about to launch into one of his rhetoric marathons, so I interrupt him before it's too late. Never mind, why are you here? I didn't call for you.
Exactly. You didn't call, so I needed to come unannounced. I'm good at that. I have news, a breakthrough.
Really?
I have been ruminating. The picture is becoming clearer. More of the dots are joining. This great jigsaw that is overwhelming you has just found another piece. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a corner piece.
He's so fucking frustrating. Are you saying you've found something out?
Well, indeed.
I'm not so sure.
Something highly significant has come to me.
Oh? Don't get your hopes up.
In a dream.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure we're dreaming this. The greatest thinkers of all time have relied upon the hallucinatory guidance of dreaming, not the dreams of the sleeper, shut down and flabby. No, the dreams I speak of are self-induced, insightful from a trance. The opening of the subconscious mind while the frontal lobe is distracted.
Hypnotism. Sorry? He's talking about self-hypnosis. He practices it a lot. Something called hands-free orgasms. He's gotten really into it. It's worrying. It looks a lot like sleeping. You may as well tell me, now that you've caused such mayhem. I look around and see that one of the boxes has burst open when it hit the ground. The contents are scattered around us. I begin to gather them up when Sherlock snatches one out of my hands. Fucking punch him in the teeth.
The very proof. This, Watson, is what I was talking about.
It's tins of tuna. I've tried to tell him.
To you, these may just be innocent tins of tuna, but to me, they represent the corruption and deceit that is at the very heart of this godforsaken island, and the cult that inhabits it.
Why is it called hands-free and not contactless? Hands-free is when Watson does it for him. Oh. This again. He thinks he's worked it all out.
And so I have, if you will all just stop jabbering for a moment and allow me to actually fucking speak.
Watson and I exchange a look of exasperation and allow Sherlock to take centre stage.
This
He holds up the tin of tuna again.
is no ordinary can of fish. It is more like a can of worms.
What?
They look ridiculous.
I love you.
They're cats and little hats.
Mm-hmm.
They're cats and little hats.
Are you going shopping?
Mhm.
That's so useful.
Do you want anything?
Don't think so.
Are you sure?
Go.
You sure?
Go.
I know.
I love you too.
The most cursory of investigation uncovers that what we really have here is the contraband of these two latter-day pirates who plunder the waters of the wider ocean and peddle their ill-gotten gains to the unsuspecting merchants of the mainland.
I lean in close to Watson so that Sherlock doesn't overhear me. Joe and Bob? Yes. Pirates? It would seem so.
Their unscrupulous fishing methods have drawn the attention of the world-renowned vigilante environmentalist army, Libre Vert,
Is that a real thing? Is that like Greenpeace?
who have hounded them across the salty battlefields and forced them to retreat into hiding here, within your very cult.
Based Libre Vert? He's gone mental, hasn't he? I fear so.
Here, amidst the drug peddlers and the
Excuse me?
Here, amidst the drug peddlers and the cross-dressers under the...
There's unbased Sherlock. He's comparing cross-dressing to drug peddling. Excuse me? Nothing wrong with that. Whoa, hold it there, Sherlock. Say that last bit again. You're about to be cancelled, my friend.
In spite of your mulish refusal to accept the truth, the caretakers and the security guard...
Zane?
The very same.
Cross-dressing? Watson emits a small groan and bows his head.
How else would you explain the bottles of nail varnish, the perfumed skin creams, the nylon stockings, all size XXL, all flung indiscriminately around the camp with the abandon of a cheap burlesque?
Let me stop you there one moment, you utter numpty. I've never said that word out loud before. I don't like it. Too English. How steady? Not that it would matter one jot. Yes, exactly. Base Dreya. Not that it would matter one fucking jot if anyone chose to cross-dress, or that it would be any of your fucking business. But just for the sake of accuracy, allow me to educate you. The nail varnishes belong to a previous research assistant. The stockings are used in the hope of catching small airborne life forms. And as for the creams, that's the mystery that I've been investigating and researching since my arrival. A mystery that you, oh great detective, have been no help in. Ah, now. Notice, if you will, the word research was used several times in my statement. That's because I'm a fucking scientist. And in science, we do not present a prognosis unless we have done the research to uncover sufficient evidence to lend our findings credibility. There are no facts underpinning your theories, Holmes, and that reduces them to the levels of nonsense.
I see the way it is. The truth can be hard to swallow. I'm good at swallowing, and with hurt pride as an accompaniment, it may be altogether unpalatable. Perhaps, Watson, it would be kind to leave our client to digest these revelations in private.
That's possibly the best idea you've had.
When you see how wrong you've been and how right I am, you will be grateful that I have spared you any public humiliation.
Watson has gotten to his feet and is tugging on Sherlock's coat sleeve. Indeed, my friend. Let's go and eat some of this excellent tuna for lunch, and you can explain to me how you managed to solve this ticklish conundrum so brilliantly. Oh, poor Watson. Fuck Sherlock. And not in the nice way. Fuck him off. Fuck off. I stand with my mouth open, watching them leave, not quite believing what I'm hearing. When Watson turns back to me and winks, it's a small gesture, but it does make everything fall into place. Of course Watson knows it's all nonsense. But he allows Sherlock to believe he's right simply because he loves his friend. They're just good pals. And accepts him for who he is. No embarrassment. I feel touched as I bend down to pick up the remaining tins of fish. We could all do with a bit of that in our lives. No, I mean, Sherlock's clearly delusional. I almost said delusional there. Delusional. I mean, you're just kind of enabling him? Achievement unlocked, elementary. Well, that's our extra. Cool. I don't think we unlocked any others, did we? Nope, that's the last of the extras that we have. Cool. Let's go. Romance. Obviously, we want to start romancing a cat. Kibbles or Floofy Butt? Who are we feeling? Just throw out names. Floofy Butt is a UKIP supporter who has the voice of Brian Blessed. Kibbles sounds a bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger in my terrible impression, and seems like a bit of an idiot and kind of a jock, maybe? Ooh, Ravenpaw is the next one after that. Ooh! You know what? Floofy Butt has been waiting for a while. Maybe we'll fuck Floofy Butt. He was available from the start, and we've kind of passed over him. Maybe we'll try Floofy Butt. Go. Floof. I'm not sure what to expect. I've come to the forest with Floofy Butt for what I assumed would be a pleasant way to spend my afternoon off of work, but I've now discovered that he's billing it as an informative afternoon of instruction and practical participation. Ugh. God.
Here's why I don't like brown people.
That sounds suspiciously like a lecture to me. Oh well, as Professor Proper would say, a scientist must keep an open mind.
This is something that I would normally do alone, but you strike me as a like-minded soul, interesting in both gastronomic and anatomic pleasures.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps now would be a good time to lay down the blanket I asked you to bring. We don't want to put that tender skin of yours under duress.
He's getting fucking right into it, isn't he? I laid the blanket on the ground awkwardly. I wonder where he's going with this?
Relax, Dreya the Fourth. This doesn't usually take very long. I can't last very long. I suffer from ED.
Suddenly, without warning, there's a loud plop as a bird plummets out of the sky onto the blanket.
I told you so.
Oh my, it's dead.
As a doornail.
What happened to it?
Just the force field, of course. Now enough foolish questions, Dreya the Fourth. Let's get started, shall we?
Rapey floofy. Yeah. Just like the lecturers from my uni. What exactly are we fucking doing here?
I told you, don't use my ridiculous name. I prefer Major, if you please.
What exactly are we doing here, Major?
This is my little surprise. I'm a bird fancier.
Well, I'm playing a boy, so is that going to be a problem? Do you also fancy blokes? Oh, and you fancy your birds dead?
Quite. All the better to practice my other pursuit. Bird fucking.
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but what pursuit is that?
I'm a self-taught pathologist.
You mean as in post-mortems?
Somewhat rudimentary, don't you know, but I can find my way around the innards of the average seagull with remarkable dexterity.
So he gets right up in their guts. Yes, well, whatever floats your boat. I'm interested in crossword puzzles myself. It is me. It's me for real. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it occupies a wet afternoon.
Back to the task at hand, Dreya the Fourth. I shall now begin my autopsy. Keep your wits about you. There's going to be questions at the end.
I knew this was a fucking lecture. Floofybutt pings out a razor-sharp claw and begins going to town on the bird. Oh god, that's gorier than I thought it would be.
Incision from sternum to base.
More like sea gulps, how I use them. Oh.
On our first examination, the skeleton appears to be typical. I note there is no break in the neck, indicating that the force field, rather than a fall, did kill the bird.
I feel rather queasy. Oh, really?
Yes, point of interest. Sometimes the initial zap the bird receives from the flying into the force field merely stuns them, and it's the impact of the fall which provides the fatal blow. This chap, however, appears to have suffered cardiac arrest. You can see from the size, or lack thereof, of the heart that even a minor jolt could be enough to induce a seizure.
Sounds into this. Having removed the tiny organ, Major has now begun digging around inside the carcass as though rummaging in a lucky dip.
Now removing entrails for further examination.
I don't know if I want to fuck this cat. He's a thick boy, so it might be satisfying, but I find him repulsive.
Oh, do get a better look, Dreya the Fourth. It's rather revealing. I can see something in the stomach sac.
Stomach sack.
It looks like... Oh my, it's gold. Our lucky day, Dreya the Fourth. Here, have a look. It's some kind of nugget.
No thank you, Major. I'm really not in the mood for playing with the contents of a seagull's stomach.
Don't be ridiculous. This is not a game, Dreya. May I remind you that we are in the middle of a very serious post-mortem, and I expect you as my assistant to maintain professionalism.
It's quite hard to keep up this voice. My stomach is doing backflips as I hold the object between thumb and forefinger. Each day I miss Trixie more. What is this thing? It's so small. It looks kind of like a... Cripes, it's a tooth, Major. This is a gold tooth.
A good find. You're a natural.
I can't help but wonder why a seagull would have a gold tooth in its stomach. I'm sure this is going to be some sort of mystery, but, I mean, it's a seagull. They will eat literally fucking anything, right? It's a seagull. Presumably, Major, this is from the mouth of a human.
I think you're probably right.
So how did it get in this seagull?
What an inquiring mind. You would make an excellent apprentice. If you like, I could pass on to you the skills I have acquired. Now that would be a feather in your cap, eh?
I resign myself to the fact that he's not going to be drawn into speculations. Okay, well, I'll bear that in mind. I don't have the heart to tell him that I came top of my class in veterinary surgery. So why were you so squeamish at a seagull body?
And now to the victor the spoils. Don't be shy, I've already carved.
Oh, God, do you mean...
Of course, tuck in. We won't stand on ceremony here. It's a good one, too. Plenty of fat.
What is it with this writer and teeth? Is there a teeth? There's definitely a teeth fetish. Is there a teeth fetish? Teeth fetish. what it's like to have odontophilia, a fetish for teeth. From menshealth.com. When I was in high school, I had a really, really attractive orthodontist. Back in my days as a publicist in the entertainment world, I was at an awards show when one of our nominees approached me, lowered his eyes and whispered, "What ethnicity are you? Your canines are so sharp." At its core, odontophilia is a fetish for sex involving teeth. It can range from looking at someone's teeth during sex, or just looking at someone's teeth in general. You might not be having sex, but it can give you some sort of thrill. It can entail exploring the teeth in a dom-sub dynamic, licking a partner's teeth, gently biting them, actually removing a partner's teeth. Oh no! Right. It's a very long article, sorry. Oh no! It wasn't until they started playing the horror video game Sally Face that Richie realised their fascination with teeth was less of a simple pleasure and more of a kink. In the video game, you have to solve a puzzle by collecting 5 teeth, so I went around just talking to myself like, "Where's the teeth? Where's the teeth?" I was like, wait a minute, this is really hot. He's physically turned on by pulling people's teeth out. Richie likes brushing their partner's teeth, biting, watching a YouTube video of people brushing each other's teeth, writing fan fiction about pulling teeth, and designing beautiful artwork of vibrantly coloured characters with pretty smiles. Drawing inspiration from their favourite toothy boys, and I'm going to move off this in a second. I would just like to say, in this genuine Men's Health article, they have written boys as B-O-I-Z. Drawing inspiration by their toothy boys, Adrian Brody, Nicolas Cage, Tom Hiddleston, and Bruce Campbell. He does have a fucking strong jaw, so I get that. Sure, let's move off of this. That's one of the most confusing things I've ever read. No kink shaming, by the way. You're into what you're into. It's just, I've never ever heard of this before. Anyway. Who says toothy? I think exclusively novelists say toothy. I've never heard anybody use it in conversation. Fuck it, let's eat the bird. Fuck it. Veganism over, apparently. Toothy boys. I suppose it would be frightfully rude to refuse now, seeing as he's gone to all trouble of carving. Oh, silly me, I already had lunch before we came out, but it looks so delicious that I simply must try a bit. A tiny bit. A morsel.
Very well, Dreya the Thoth. Then I shall leave you the tastiest part of all, the liver.
I did, before I was vegan, fucking live off of pate. Which makes me sound like I'm a Tory, I'm aware. But I used to eat a staggering amount of duck liver pate. Like, an unhealthy amount. Any amount is unhealthy. It's fucking liver and fat. It's bad for you. It gives you gout, essentially. But my god, it was delicious. So sure, why not? Why does Fluffy Butt looks like he's on some sort of drug? His eyes have gone a bit weird, haven't they? The cat deftly tears an organ out of the carcass and presents it to me on a flat paw.
Very fatty.
His eyes are so red. Oh wow, that's too much, Major. I mean, too generous. As tempted as I am, I couldn't.
Nonsense, Dreya. I insist. I would feel a very poor host indeed if my guest refused my hospitality.
Okay, Dreya the Fourth, you can do this. Think of it as liver and onions, the way Mum makes it. Liver and onions, unfortunately, is not very good. Okay, breathe. Don't think about it. Just, if this character does eat meat, Then he's such a fucking hypocrite. How is this any different? It's just a liver. Grow up, you baby. I'm really going to enjoy this seagull liver. You probably fucking will. I snatch it out of the cat's paw. Sorry, I'm so boxing again. It's in my mouth before my brain can even catch up. Oh no, it's in my throat. It's lodged in my throat. I can't swallow it. How do I? Crikey, that was a close call. I catch the organ in my clenched fist and simultaneously give Floofy Butt the thumbs up. Eat the liver, coward. Exquisite. My compliments to the cat.
Quite so. Next time, make sure you have an empty stomach. Unlike this chap, eh?
Floofy Butt holds up the tooth. Looks like he's melting. He holds up the gold tooth and laughs. I try to force a laugh, but I'm suddenly overwhelmed with nausea. Baby. I've had a truly lovely time here, Major, but I'm afraid I have to go.
So soon?
Sadly so. Work calls.
Well, I suppose that can't be helped, but let's do this again soon, shall we?
Of course, soon. I can hardly wait. Oh, God, we're gonna fuck this cat! As I run home, feeling the slimy, sticky mess clinging to my hand, that's gonna happen later, but in a sensual way, I curse myself for not bringing my antiseptic gel. We're gonna have a cat mess in our hand later. Next time I will be prepared. I don't even know what these emotes are. Jesus. Research, I guess? We're at 50% antidote. Yes. Let's go research. Let's go research. 8 out of 18 researched. Research 2? Today it's off to the beach to tag some cats. We'll do them in order, I guess. Why not, right? Unless any come up. Here, kitty kitty. I'm out on tag and scan rotation. The sun is beginning to set and the beach is cooler. This is hunting time, so in theory, more cats are going to be drawn out from their hidey holes. The other time for tagging is midday when they're at their laziest. I find the heat too intense to come out to this part of the island. Something catches my eye and leads me into the forest. Oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger cat, who looks so fucking ugly. Hang on, let me move my camera slightly. Look how fucking hideous that cat is. He's genuinely hard to look at. I hate looking at this cat. Oh, here, kitty.
Just me.
Oh, hey, Kibbles. How's it going?
Define it. Ooh, what's that thing?
Kibbles is already eyeing up my chipping pen.
Looks like a weapon. Is it a weapon?
No. Well, kind of. Do you want me to show you how it works? Kibbles gives me an exasperated look.
How dumb do you think I am, human?
Look, you'd be doing me a huge favour if you just let me jab you. Just let me fucking jab this into you and we'll be cool.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I don't think I can actually tag you twice. I need all the practice I can get. Well then.
Ha! Catch me if you can.
I hear a
yeah
echo throughout the forest as Kibbles seems to disappear before my eyes. Impressive. How'd you do that? Come back. I won't shoot you, okay? I'll even let you have a go if you can show me how you disappeared. Ooh, a new cat. Or was this a previous research assistant? The new voice startles me. He's like the Scarlet Pimpernel. I turn to see a mid-sized brown-haired cat scratching the trunk of a tree. Oh, hello. I don't think we've met before. My name is, I know who you are, Turntail. The island is buzzing with news about you. Turntail? What does that mean? I realize I'm gonna have to scan her. Kibble leaps from nowhere and pins the new cat to the floor. Sexily?
Shoot her! Nya!
Sorry. This won't hurt. It is for your own good. It's so we can make sure you stay safe and healthy, and I seize my opportunity and move fast. I've already grabbed the scruff of her neck, and before I finish speaking, I press the pen between her shoulder blades and release the microchip. This is a bit sketchy considering they can speak to us. There, all done. See? Wasn't bad.
Wow, awesome. Can I shoot the next one?
I doubt that, Kibbles. I wiggle my thumb in his direction.
Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta get me some of those.
Can I get up now? I have things to do. Kibbles. He remains pinned to the other cat. I reach for the spray bottle in my pocket and he leaps away. Off you go then, do your things. Anything I can help with? No, just duties. Duties. Must get everything done. Okay. I'm gonna have to enter the data for you in this catalogue. How about we call you, B? B. Because you're so busy. You know, like a busy bee. It would be good if I could get you to come to the camp to check over and make a note of any details. If you want to drop by when you're free, that would be great. Otherwise, I could come back with a cat carrier, which kind of sucks. I'll come by. I know the place. The cat slinks off. New sexy cat, maybe? Do you know her, Kibbs? Kibbles emerges from behind his hiding place.
Yeah, I know her.
Is she alright? She seems a bit unhappy.
Oh, she's fine. She's just like you is all.
Like me? What do you mean?
You're the scientist. You work it out.
Oh, she was the previous research assistant as well, wasn't she? Like, she was probably the one before our first Dreya came to the island. I'm anticipating this to get even darker as things go on. Okay, recon? I guess we'll do the standard cycle, right? Romance, research, recon. Romance, research, recon. Why not? Well, do I even have any recons? Oh, I have recon 8. I've got to focus on finding an antidote. It's time to run some tests on myself and get things moving faster. I'm running out of time. Finally! Why has none of the previous characters done this? It seems like the first thing you do is fucking take a blood sample or something and just put it under a microscope and see what's up. I've been devoting all the time I can spare to working on an antidote for the catification process. Although it's not an entire failure, progress is slow. I'm concerned I might be running out of time. It's time I did some more tests on myself. Try to record how the virus is progressing, and what effects it's having on my body. That should give me some idea of how much time I have left, before it becomes too difficult to hide the problem. I'm sneaking around in the middle of the night because I can't risk getting found out by Professor, or the Marigolds. The only person likely to check up on what I'm doing at this hour is Zane, and I'm confident he won't really know what any of the stuff means. I start by taking my own blood, never an easy thing, but trying to find a vein when you're also trying not to look is very tricky indeed. Take several missed stabs before I get it right. My character's such a baby. And take as much as I dare without making myself feel woozy. I take saliva swabs from the inside of my mouth, inside my nostrils. Yeah, anybody's done COVID tests here? And finally from my groin area. Ooh. I steal each swab in its tube and label them 007. Corny, I know, but it makes me smile. Ugh. I'm also pretty certain no one will pay much attention to the numbers. Everything's numbered around here, so you tend to go blind to any number that isn't the one you're looking for. Next, I tweeze out individual hairs from my head, eyebrows, arms, leg, and groin. Oh, so I don't groom. Interesting little note. I don't manscape, apparently. Each hair is prepared and placed onto a microscopic slide. Finally, I take clippings from my fingers and toenails. Some I prepare onto slides, some I put into test tubes for testing reactivity. I'm quite sleepy by the time I prepared all my specimens. Me too, apparently. I keep yawning. I didn't really sleep. And like I said, I woke up at before 6 a.m. I just kind of got up. I think I'm starting to crash a little bit. And I'm supposed to run later. I hear something moving around outside. I poke my head out, but it's too dark to see anything. Hello? Nothing. Is somebody there? Do you want something? This place can be really creepy. The little diversion has made me feel a lot more alert. With my second wind, I decide to press on with testing. I work steadily for the next hour and a half before I can draw any conclusions. The short-term test results indicate that not much has changed from the last time I did this. Clearly, I'm not progressing very fast, which is a big relief. However, I can see some marked changes from before, mostly based on the rate of cell growth and movement within the nails clippings and hair samples. I woke up at 5:30 on a Saturday for this, I feel you. Please go sleep. Everything is growing more quickly. I'm a little disappointed not to have seen anything more informative, but I remind myself to be careful what I wish for. I place the long-term tests at the back of the specimen fridge, and I will check up on them in 24 hours. There's not much else I can do now. I clear away all the equipment I've used, and leave the place in exactly the condition I found it in. Even Miss Marigold wouldn't suspect I've been here. Yeah, we've just left vials of fucking hair and cum everywhere. Sure, that won't be noticed. I'm just heading out to my tent when I hear a noise coming from behind me, from inside the lab. I walk back and call from outside. Who's in there? Silence. I have security with me. I hear how ridiculous this sounds and curse myself for being idiotic. I walk into the lab, put the main light on, and stunned to see the tests I put on the fridge out on the lab table. I have no idea what to do, so I just put them back in the fridge, but this time I use the padlock on the fridge door. Nobody ever bothers with it. I've often wondered why it's even there. I don't want somebody getting at my samples. I'm too freaked out to think straight now. I need to get to bed. I turn towards my tent and there's a huge dark outline of a man in my path. It's Zane. Evening?
Evening. Working.
Yeah. Doing security?
Yeah.
Good night then.
Good night.
As he turns to walk away, I catch him say, almost, in a whisper. Almost.
There's the monthly stock take of the fridge tomorrow morning.
I turn to ask what that means, but he's already gone. I realise I'm being given a helping hand. I go back to the fridge and get my samples. I'll take them to my tent and see if I can grab some ice from the kitchen on the way back. Huh. So Zane might be... I don't know what to feel about Zane. Zane wasn't the one that shot me last time. But he seemed to be coming around a little bit to the previous Dreya. I don't know if I can trust Zane, though. Let's rest now, I guess. Rest. 52.8% antidote. We're nearly there. I mean, look. It's so close. Don't trust a single one of them. You had a lovely nap and wake up feeling revitalized. Your energy's been restored. Magic. Cool. Lovely stuff. Another date, then. Time for a date with a lovely, fucking awful cat. Fluffy butt. Date, please.
Do hold your hand. Sorry. Gordon's alive. Do hold your hand still, Dreya the Fourth. I can hardly see a thing with you shaking like that.
Oh, he's like an angry dad. I hold the binoculars stable in front of Fluffy Butt's tiny cat face. He looks ridiculous.
It's like you're not even trying, Dreya. You're shaking like a leaf.
He's going to dissect you. He's going to get up in my gutty works. My hands are totally steady, Major. Ever consider it could just be your fucking eyesight? Fucking UKIP, bitch.
I'll have you know, I have the keen eyes of a goat.
Goats aren't really known for their vision. They have weird sideways pupils.
That's just because the world is full of ignoramus.
Ooh, good use of ignoramus. Well, what can you see? Goats' eyes always freak me out. They have sideways pupils. They have like square pupils that are sideways. They look a bit weird when you look at them. Like, sort of demonic. You can see why they're used as demon imagery. Like in The Witch. Beelzebub. Exactly. 1 second. Goat eyes. Yeah. Look how fucking weird these look. Goat eyes. It's just not something weird about them. I can't remember. There's a few animals that have this sort of eye. I think horses also might have this sort of eye, but it's less noticeable. It's just the contrast that makes it look weird with goats. Just like a sort of uneven, scrappy rectangle. It's strange. Just pure evil, even though goats are extremely sweet. Goats are incredibly adorable. I love them. It's just their eyes freak me out a little bit. Anyway, back to the game.
I can only see a couple of mulers, lazing around, of course, scratching their fleas. Filthy things, I tell you. Huh, I fucking hate people that aren't me. Nigel Farage has a lot of good ideas. I think it just needs to be said. The woke left keep trying to cancel him, but I think he's a good bloke.
What?
One of the bigger ones is emptying its bladder. That could mean that they do eat and drink on a regular schedule.
And?
If we were able to find out where their water supply is, we could lace it with a sedative and bring the incapacitated sample to the beach. And
Please don't finish that sentence. No cats are going to be harmed during this mission. He's a fucking psychopath. He wants to deport all these fucking cats, doesn't he?
oh, please, the subject won't be harmed, just slightly bewildered for a day or two. And missing some kidneys.
But why?
Well, to examine it for a start, and I should like to see how they react when one of theirs goes missing.
Freak. I hate this guy. I'm gonna fuck him, but it's gonna be a hate fuck. Is the orange cat trump? Oh god, it's gonna be rough. Major, I only agreed to help you with this on the promise that you would not attempt any sort of retribution on the elders. Examination in one thing, but if you can't keep your end of the deal, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to withdraw.
Okay, I'll just observe.
I replaced the binoculars in front of Floofy Butt's keen goat-like eyes.
Well, what do we have here?
Found something.
I do believe I have. There's a few elders here who seem to be meditating.
Meditating? Are you sure it's not just sleeping?
Take a look, will you? You tell me that they are meditating. One of those freaky, non-Christian religions that they have.
I adjust the binoculars to suit my eyes, and I'm quite taken aback by what I see. Floofy Butt's right. The cats aren't sleeping. They're sitting in a circle around what is by far one of the stranger landmarks on the island. A large statue of Bastet. Professor Popper has always dodged my questions about what on earth a statue of the Egyptian cat goddess of war is doing on this island. I'm even more intrigued now. The cats seem to be listening, or contemplating, or even meditating. Well, I'm sure there's an explanation for this. Cats often behave strangely, right?
Well, there's strange, and then there's strange, as in foreign. And my experience teaches me that the type of strangeness that this class are afflicted with is beyond acceptable. I believe the only way to protect us all is total disassociation. Segregation, as it's otherwise known. You know, eugenics gets a bad rap.
Do you fucking hear yourself? We're practically trespassing on their territory that you can spy on them while they're doing whatever it is they're doing, and you want dissociation.
One must know one's enemy, Dreya the Fourth.
How are they your enemy? They've never done anything to you.
Oh no, those Muellers are wholly responsible for all of the problems on this cursed island, and it's about time that they were held accountable. They are the carriers of the cat virus. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't be afflicted with this illness.
Oh, is that so? Because I distinctly remember it was you lot who deliberately put me in the fucking danger in the first place. They're just cats.
Just cats, eh? Oh, I see. So you like them more.
I realise what I've just said, and although I didn't intend it the way Major's taken it, I can see how wounded he is. I feel conflicted. On the other hand, I want to take a stand against his bigotry. It's not helping our progress, and I believe it may end up ruining our friendship. On the other hand, I know he's a good heart. As Trixie says, he's just stuck in his ways, and it would be wrong of me to start pushing my views onto him. Fuck this prick! Fuck him! Fuck this fucking racist prick! Stand up for what I believe in. Punch him in the teeth. Rip out his fucking teeth. See how he likes it. You know exactly what I mean, Major. Don't add me to your list of enemies.
Oh no, you're not my enemy, Dreya. I'm just very disappointed to find out that you're as gullible as the others, believing those creatures to be harmless, that we ought to embrace them with open arms.
Literally fuck him, though. I'll fuck him and also fuck him. Those creatures. Major, please stop this ridiculous thinking, or I may have to dissociate myself from you. Good beast!
Oh, really? I do not understand how such a seemingly intelligent human being can be so narrow-minded. All I'm saying is that those cats who are there on the island are bad and different from us who are good.
I could say the very same thing about you, Major.
Me? Narrow-minded? I've never heard anything more ludicrous. I have a voracious appetite for knowledge. I'll have you know I've watched every documentary on Channel 5.
For the things that interest you.
Well, yes, but isn't that the case for all of us?
As a scientist, I explore beyond what I want to know, beyond what suits my sensibilities.
Well, here I am, Dreya, exploring what I don't like one bit.
He has a smug look on his face that's very annoying. Have you ever tried communicating with them? He scoffs loudly.
Those mulas do not share our language, Dreya. How exactly do you expect me to communicate with them? The very notion is laughable.
Oh, is it? Here I am, Major, a human, having a two-way, somewhat intelligent discussion with a cat. Is that laughable too? He goes uncharacteristically quiet. Fucking got him. I sense I've hit a nerve and decide to retreat. No! Fucking power through! Destroy the man! Perhaps we're going to have to just disagree on this one, Major, or we'll fall out entirely.
Quite. Thank you for joining me today, Dreya, but I can manage from here. Your assistance is no longer required.
Okay, Major. I'll just put your binoculars here then, shall I?
As you wish.
I place them on a little patch of grass and step away. He eyes them and I watch his expression change as the dilemma dawns on him. He decides not to attempt using them while I'm watching. I'll leave you to it then.
Yes, thank you. I'm fine now. I shall be doing other reconnaissance, and I'm better off alone.
I feel bad for him and don't want us to part on an argument. Kick him! I'm on feeding duty today. I'll keep something back for you. Come and find me later when you're hungry.
Thank you, Dreya. Good afternoon.
Fucking punch him. I don't want to make things any worse, so without saying another word, the tabby and I part ways. As I make my way back to camp, I go over what happened between us, wondering if I could have handled Major better. Although I may have hurt his feelings, I feel satisfied that tough love was the right way to go. There's no way our friendship is going to compress without honesty and respect. I have every faith of him that it'll come by later, when his stomach's rumbling. Will he, do we think? Because I do want to fuck him. Research. We're making progress. He's a major fucker. He is. Research 7. Professor Popper says we'll be testing some experimental medicines today. I just hope I have the stomach for it. Are we going to get fired again? This is what got us fired last time. I think. Yeah. I'm concerned. Anyway. Let's do carpentry. Fuck it. Carpentry. Because I don't know. I don't know if I have the stomach to inject the cats either. I'm writing my journal. I've developed a habit of getting up early and writing for 30 minutes each morning before I begin my day. Honestly, probably something everybody should do. I'm often so tired at the end of the day that I just want to fall into bed. My journal tends to get neglected. Also, I like the way it grounds me before this strange island sucks me into the adventure of a new day. This morning, my concentration is being broken by a very odd noise. I suddenly realise it's the sound of somebody trying to knock on my tent flap. Hello? Oh, we haven't met him yet, have we? Yeah, we've only met Miss Marigold once or twice, but we've never met Mr. Marigold. Huh. What voice? I don't know. I don't know if I have any voices left in me.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
I recognise the voice as belonging to Mr. Marigold. Just reading about how tired they are made you yawn. The island's caretaker. Oh, good morning, Mr. Marigold. I spring up to greet him. Can I help you? I didn't invite you in, but I'm going to yawn again. Talking about yawning is making me yawn. Jesus Christ. I indicate the chaos of my tiny tent.
Barely room to swing a cat, I know.
I laugh at his joke, but notice his deadpan expression and I realise he's serious. I quickly move on and step outside. Is there something that I can help you with?
I hope so.
And that would be...
Mrs. Marigold is taken to her bed. Proper sick she is.
Yes! I tried for Cockney and he is a Cockney.
Proper sick she is. So the boss said I should ask you to fill in for her today, if that's all right.
I almost said fill her in for the day. Jesus.
It's how we do things.
I know the professor well enough by now to understand that I don't actually have a choice. I'm filling in Mrs. Marigold today, whether it's all right with me or not. Actually, I am quite intrigued. Great. I mean, I'm sorry to hear your wife's poorly. Nothing serious, I hope, but I'm happy to spend some time with you.
Well, we best make an early start then. You get your shoes on, and I'll meet you at the jetty.
And before I can say another word, he's disappeared off towards the water. I quickly put my journal back in its hidey hole and I grabbed my backpack with the field kit in it, before stuffing my feet into my trainers. When I arrive at the jetty, I can see that Mr. Marigold has already started work, mending the wooden rail, where a couple of the posts were damaged in a recent storm. How can I help?
Just pass me those pins as I go along. Need to reinforce this, and then recoat it with preservative.
I'm a bit disappointed. Oh, I mean, just so you know, I can use a hammer too if you have a spare. We can get this mended quicker with the two of us.
There's no rush.
Oh, no, I suppose not.
You're here with me for the whole day anyway.
Oh, I didn't mean that. Actually, I'm pleased for the opportunity to break out a bit. Try something a little different.
Bored of this place already?
He squints sideways at me. No, it's just so much going on here. I haven't even begun to uncover half of what the island has to offer. I just meant it's nice to have the chance to get to know someone new. Company's in short supply here.
Human company. I've noticed you looking hungrily at these cats. You a cat fucker?
He mumbles it half under his breath, so I'm not certain he even said it.
Cat fucker.
I beg your pardon?
You seem to be getting on really well with those cats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm spoilt for choice with all the feline friends.
Be careful with that.
I stop and look at him, and he holds my gaze. What do you mean? The allegations weren't proven back on the mainland. I didn't fuck my cat.
Be careful with those pins. You're gonna have them over the edge in a minute.
I look down and see that I'm not paying attention. I've kicked the box perilously close to the edge of the jetty. What is this insanity?
Closer to the edge than you thought, maybe. You like that? You like edging? Is that what you're doing with those cats? Edging them? Edging yourself? Big ol' edge party?
I get the feeling we're not just talking about nails anymore. I just wasn't paying attention.
Looking in the wrong direction. That's when we miss the things right under our nose. They could cause problems.
Mr. Marigold, we've stopped what we were doing and we're standing up now, looking directly into each other's eyes. We lean in softly and kiss each other. Do you know something that I ought to know?
Such as?
Well, obviously I wouldn't know.
I know that you're an inquisitive little blighter.
Have you been watching me, Mr. Marigold?
Keeping an eye might be a more accurate way of putting it.
Well, thank you, I think. Are you the mysterious texter?
You're welcome, but I wouldn't be so quick to trust people if I were you, or you don't know me or my intentions.
Suddenly he lets out a roar of laughter and gets back to work. I have a feeling you're one of the good guys, Mr. Marigold.
Call me Mason.
I hand him pins and we say no more, but as I go over our conversation in my head, I realise I've heard those words before. Something very similar to them. The nameless message on the catalogue.
Be careful who you trust.
And it hits me. Mr. Marigold is my messenger. Ooh. That's cool. Recon again? Recon and then back to the date? Recon 9. Today the Marigolds are clearing out the lab's infantry. I should probably be there too. I might find something useful. Yeah. Recon, please. I know my morning alarm is ringing, but I can barely lift my eyelids. Fuck me, I'm that easy about it. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to today or dreading it. I promised to go in 2 hours early to help with the monthly inventory and deep cleanse the lab. It's not the work I'm anxious about, but the fact that I'm doing it with the marigolds. They seem like swingers. They're an odd pair. They don't say much, and I quite often feel that they're judging me. Eyeing me up and down, judging my vibe, like across a bar. The sooner I get there, the sooner it's going to be over. As I approach the lab, I can hear voices raged in stage-type whispers. They're obviously having a row that they don't want anyone else to hear. I loiter around for a few minutes to see if I can pick up any tidbits that would be helpful. I'm not nosy, I'm just curious.
It's a cat, Mason, okay? A cat. All it cares about is sleeping and eating. It's a living thing, Mora. A living thing? It's glorified vermin, is what it is. You're putting us at risk. He isn't the sort of person to mess with, Mason. Loyalty to the company is the #1 priority in their eyes. I have been loyal. It's my allegiance that's changing, not my loyalty. Don't you know how ridiculous you sound? Allegiance to a bunch of fucking cats. Mora, you know they're not just cats. You knew this when we signed our contracts. Not fully. It's different anyway. In real life, living with him, knowing him. Knowing him? Have you been fucking cats behind me back? You know what I fucking mean. I know if you mess this up, we'll be destitute, you cunt, at best.
I feel like I can't really put it off any longer. Morning.
Ah, you're here.
I'm not late, am I?
No, not at all. We were just discussing how to proceed.
They exchange glances.
You two can get along with stock check. Leave the sanitisation to me.
Sounds good. Where do we begin?
Call me Mason. I have the list here, so I call the item and you tell me how many we have.
Okay, Mason. And if I'm in your way, you just let me know. Mrs.
Marigold. Yeah, I'll be sure to. But if we each mind our own business, well, I'm sure it'll all work out fine.
The tension is tangible. Could be a very long 2 hours. We start with the top shelf of the large metal cabinet. Standard test tubes. 20 boxes.
Petri dishes.
10 boxes, mixed sizes.
Beakers, large.
25.
Beakers, medium.
20.
Only 20. That's a bit low. Have we had more breakages than usual? Have you been coming in the beakers?
He definitely wants you to cock him. I decide to tell him that I sometimes use them as tea mugs, and that there are at least 3 in my tent growing mold as we speak. That's apparently a thing in labs. My dad works in labs. My brother actually works in labs as well. He's like a science student. He does like genetics. So they both spend a lot of time in labs. This is a thing that happens. They use medical equipment for tea a lot. Yes, we've all been a bit clumsy lately. I know one was knocked off the counter by McMurphy this week.
Nothing but trouble, them fucking cats.
Mr. Marigold continues with the stock trick. Dog fuckers and not cat fuckers into labs. Jesus Christ. We move on to the next shelf and the next until we've almost finished the entire inventory. We're coming to the end of the drugs cabinet.
Ketamine, 50 mil.
Is that ketamine for cats? 8 bottles.
That can't be right. It says here that we normally stock 30.
See for yourself. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Do you use a lot of that then?
No, on the contrary, it's just used for anesthetizing. We rarely do that kind of surgery.
Well, that's certainly a mystery, innit?
I wonder what could be used for.
You two will be a lot quicker if you stick to your counting and leave the wondering up to the professor.
We finished the rest of the job without any chat. We seem to be deep in our own thoughts. Mine are about where that amount of ketamine might be disappearing to, and for what purpose. Suddenly I don't feel very good. Is it Raven Paw, whatever her name was. We know that she's being kept sedated, right? Okay, rest. And then we'll do the next cycle. Into the K-hole. You had a lovely nap and end up feeling revitalized. Your energy has been restored. Magic. Lovely. Oh, it's saving? I thought there was going to be a cutscene there. Romance. Let's romance this orange fucker. Floofy butt, please. Go. We've been walking for ages, Major. I don't have much longer before they'll expect me back.
Almost there. It needs to be as close to the danger zone as possible.
It's ketamine, so technically it's a sea hole. That's much worse. The tour snoopers.
Few cats and even fewer humans come this far out, which ensures that my deposits are safe. My deposits.
Deposits?
It's an act of trust, you understand. I believe that our recent disagreement and resulting reconciliation has made our bond of camaraderie stronger than ever, and I would like to solidify our reunion with the sharing of something quite private and important to me. It's my cum jar.
This is all a party drug reference, in case you didn't get it. I know ketamine is a horse tranquilizer that gets used as a drug by humans. I do not know K-hole or C-hole terminology. I feel slightly awkwardly and mumble incoherently in response. Yes, well, what's past is past. Water under the bridge and all that. I am delighted, though, that you seem to have reviewed and modified some of your stronger opinions, Major. Updated yourself.
Indeed, though for the record, I am still uneasy about the elders, but I grant that finding a way to speak with them might prove more insightful than I assumed.
Sorry, I'm forgetting how to speak. Well, we really are on the same page now, Major. We come to a halt. I can smell the pungent scent of 8 elder cats. I've not been this close to them since that first night, and it makes me uncomfortable. I feel surprisingly reassured to be with Floofy Butt. He's the big, strong man who'll hold me tight in his arms when I'm frightened.
This is it. We must be completely silent now.
Horrible bean. Oh, for fuck's sake, Valor. Also, hi, Valor. When you take it, you fall into a kind of hole in your mind. Time passes differently. Sounds terrifying, to be honest. Never tried. I've never tried any drugs, really. So, you know, ketamine is not the top of my list. The wheel is pointless. I have so few beans left before the restock next week. So, I'm just going to shuffle it round and reach in like a lucky dip. It's green, which is pear, delicious, love pears, or snot, which is less delicious. Valor's hungover and wants you to feel their pain. I did see the picture. Fine. From what I remember, the bad one just tastes like salt, which is just gross, like gritty salt. Oh, fuck yeah, that's what it is. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I could handle it. I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck, that's disgusting. Oh. Why did that one hit me so much? Fuck me, that was rough going down. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I need... Give me a second. That one was rough, and I don't... Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh. I drank some home remedy, sparkling water with lime, against any hangover, and it works wonders as always. So in fact, I did not gag today or last night. Well, maybe
You're slapping down.
You're up all night to not get lucky. Oh, same joke. There we go. Oh, fuck me. Sorry. Being over. That was genuinely really unpleasant. Maybe it's because I'm doing such a gravelly voice. Maybe it's triggering my gag reflex more.
Isn't it? We need to be completely silent now, so you'll have to cease that unattractive sound you're making.
What unattractive sound? I'm out of breath, Major. I can't help it. Some people find gagging appealing.
What I'm about to show you has taken a long time and a lot of effort on my part. If anyone else should ever get wind of its whereabouts, or even of its existence...
Yes, fine. I get it. I swear the most prestigious of pinky promises that I will never utter a word to anything, or to anyone about whatever the fuck I see today. He seems satisfied. He makes an effort to straighten himself out before motioning towards a large tree. It's gonna be fucking dumb. It's gonna be It's either gonna be really fucking horrible, like a dead cat that he's dissected, because he's into that, or it's gonna be, just a bird. It's gonna be fine, the same as we saw before. Sorry, I hiccuped there, and it was very unpleasant for me. Feel sorry for me.
This, my dear, is my treasure.
Oh my goodness. What a, handsome tree you have there, Major. Very tall and proud looking.
Oh, for goodness sake, just fucking get over here.
Fluffybutt leads me towards the enormous tree to its hidden side, which has a large hollow in it that looks like it leads down to a tunnel. Oh, it's Pan's Labyrinth. We're about to meet a sort of disgusting frog creature. Good God, man, are you digging an escape route out?
What on earth are you twittering about? Use your eyes more and your mouth less, my dear. The time for using your mouth will come later.
I noticed then that hidden in the dark recesses of the tree is the outline of a large object, which my eyes won't allow me to see clearly. What is this?
Don't be shy, Dreya. Get in there and have a proper look.
And then I know what this is. I reach in. Suddenly I realise that my hips are stuck in the tree and I say, oh no, step cat, I'm stuck. And then I feel my trousers being loosened. I know your game. I've no choice but to crawl into the cavity for closer inspection. Yep. I run my fingers over the item and deduce that it is made out of old splintering wood and has a cold metal adornment on either side. I use them to drag it out of the tree, and in the half-light I'm somewhat unsurprised to see that it's an old-fashioned treasure chest. I'd expect nothing less. Ooh, that's cool. Fluffybutt is looking at me expectantly.
Well, open it, my dear. You needn't worry about the lock, it is quite broken.
I do as I'm instructed. Oh, Jesus. How? The chest is full to the brim with all sorts of shiny things. Jewellery, gems, coins, trinkets. Fluffybutt lets out a low laugh.
Allow me to regale you, human, with my vast adventures and conquests.
I settle down and allow the Major's voice to wash over me as I play with some of the items of frippery from the chest. That's a good word.
Ah, that coin you're holding. There's a very interesting story attached to that one. Do you know how old it is, Dreya the Fourth? I do believe the date on it should still be legible. I remember the night I found it. I'd gone for a walk along the beach. It was blustery and dark.
I feel for the first time how exhausted I am. The walk has sapped me of all my energy.
And as I fought with the elements...
I look ahead and notice that the sky is so much darker. I'm laying down, although I don't remember doing it.
Valiant and victorious to thunderous applause.
I hear a low grumbling sound, thunder, and a flashing behind my now closed eyes. Surely it's a storm, but there's no rain, no wet, just warm and dry and hard to breathe.
And I bellowed defiantly, "You cannot have them," but the Muellers were already encircling.
I should really get up now. Oh, it seems like my eyes won't open. That's a pity.
As I bit into the still beating heart.
I do believe I'm paralyzed. That's a shame. I try to move my fingers. No. They're not listening.
Wake up! We have to get you out of here this instant. Up you get. That's it. Come on.
As I come to, the world looks dark and distorted. I must be walking, 'cause trees are passing. My hands hurt. I look down at them and they're pressed firmly into the earth, one moving in front of the other. I'm crawling? I don't know how much time has passed, but I wake up on the sand. I expect my blistering hands. Floofy Butt is sitting next to me, facing the sea. Did I dream all of that?
Oh, you're awake. No, I'm afraid you weren't dreaming.
What happened?
It was my fault. I took you too close to the danger zone, and in your current state, you just couldn't handle it.
I do have a potential The Office marathon planned with a lady. Ooh. Which would be 3 sleepless days or like a full proper work week if we do sleep. So no clue how we're going to make that happen. UK version so you can actually... I don't like either version of The Office. Just to put that out there. I don't like the American Office because I find it too saccharine and twee. And I don't like the UK Office because I don't like Ricky Gervais. So yeah, never really liked either one. I know it's a millennial treat watching The Office endlessly, but I was never into it. In my current state?
Your feline transition is still in the early stages.
So I'm very vulnerable to the effects of elder territory? Ricky Gervais's laugh is fucking cursed. It's bordering on, like, Jimmy Carr level of irritating, right?
Quite. I was foolish. I didn't think. I was too interested in myself, my stories, my treasure, to protect you properly. Please forgive me.
Look, we really fucking laid into him last time. He was being racist. He was a prick. So we laid into him. We basically kicked him hard about being a racist. This time, he seems genuinely contrite. It was an honest mistake. That's fine. I think it's fine. Oh, it's okay, Major. Don't upset yourself. I had a lot of fun until the whole, blackout thing. 2 seasons, more time to get down. Fluffy Butt is adorable. The only thing making him not, I want to pet him, is his wee eyes. I hate him. I hate how he looks. I don't think this is a cute cat. I don't. Floofy Butt looks genuinely pleased.
Really? I have been told I am a very good raconteur.
I like the band, the Raconteurs, sort of. I like, what's their, big album? Steady As She Goes. That's a good album. My mum loved that album and played it a lot when I was a kid. So I listened to it again recently for the first time in years and remembered all the words to all the songs. One of the best.
How much did you hear?
I'm sorry?
How many of my anecdotes did you hear before you succumbed? I would be happy to repeat anything you missed.
Oh, no, really, Major. I'm fairly certain I heard them all.
Well, if you're quite sure.
I am, and besides, I think I have a migraine.
Well, in that case, you must allow me to nurse you until you're fully recovered. Here, drink of my teat.
Okay, Major, it's a deal. Major?
Yes?
Why do I have earrings in my hair?
I had to pelt you with jewelry to get you to wake up. Also, I just wanted to make you pretty for me. I ain't no queer. I told you, I'm a bird fancier. If we're going to get together, you're going to be my bird.
Of course. God, I hate this guy. If you don't mind, Major, I think I'd like to go back to sleep now. I lay back down on the warm sand and curl into a ball. Don't sleep near him, I think, in future.
I'll be here when you wake up.
I drift off and dream that I'm a cat. I've never dreamt that I'm a cat. Research will end it, won't it? 1 second, research. Yeah, no, I have more to do. Absolutely not finishing it right now. Let's do recon, and then another date, and then sleep, and then research, and then we're done. I don't have any more recon to do. What? I don't have any recon to do. I guess I'm doing another date then, in that case. And there's no extras left to do. That we've unlocked, at least. We did the fucking weird Sherlock Holmes one. Romance again, then. In other news, it's fucking hot outside. It's too hot, yeah. I honestly, one of the reasons I'm streaming today, a major reason, is that I have decided I'm going to go running again today. But it's too hot right now, so I'm waiting for it to cool down. Floofy butt. Ooh, the treasure chest again. I've rushed out to the forest on Floofy Butt's insistence that I meet him at the location of his treasure chest. After the incident, we called on McMurphy and Kibbles to help us drag it to a new spot, further away from the danger zone. Major, you okay? I was in the middle of preparing lunch when I got your urgent summons. Trying to fuck the Nazi scientist again? Oh, he can't. There's no way we're gonna fuck him. We're gonna kill him, surely. I mean, he killed one of me. He killed my predecessor. Dreya the Third got killed by that fucking Nazi scientist.
Quiet. I was poring through my collection just now and couldn't help but reflect upon some of our adventures.
Oh, so you dragged me away from the kitchen to reminisce?
Indeed, I have grown rather fond of our expeditions together. Me being racist, you being appalled, eating that liver that one time.
You've trained me well, Major. Any advancement I've made in the treasure hunting field is entirely thank you to you.
No. You have a natural ability, rather impressive. You can find a G-spot very well.
You flatter me, Major.
Not at all. I'm a fair cat, and it's my belief that good work deserves a just reward.
Reward? Zip?
Indeed, I felt it would only be right to let you keep an item from my inventory, so that you may start a collection of your own.
That's very kind of you, Major. I'm very touched.
Yes, well, let's have a look, shall we? You may choose whatever you like, my dear. Absolutely anything.
I peer into Floofy Butt's treasure chest. That's a euphemism. All the gems and bits of precious metal spark and glint in the sunlight. I gently move some of the more bijou trinkets out of the way. A word I don't know. Define bijou. Adjective, British, small and elegant, especially of a house or flat. Small or elegant, or archaic, a jewel or trinket. Butt plugs.
Bijou.
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 Bijou. Yeah, small and pretty. Okay. Dig deep for the good stuff. Fuck, close. Small. Yeah, kind of like small, flat, elegant, kind of that kind of thing. Wow. I grasp a red gem almost the size of my fist. I wonder if it's a ruby, but before I can begin to examine it, Floofy Butt has swiped it away with his paw.
That is my twinkle tush.
Speaking of butt plugs, you know those jewels that some insane people put over their cats' buttholes? You know, they cover up their cat's asshole with a little jewel, and it makes it look like they're wearing a butt plug. From what I'm aware, it hangs from their tail and does not actually enter into the cat, but it's a weird look regardless. I wonder if it's a ruby, but before I can begin to examine it, Floofy Butt swipes it away with his paw. That is insane, what the fuck? I'm sure... one second. I do not want to be reminded of those. Cat ass jewel. Cat ass jewel. Yes, here we go. You can buy them on Amazon. Oh, it looks really fucking weird. It looks so fucking weird. I hate it. I actually hate it. Look at that. It looks so fucking strange. I honestly didn't know that. I was better off not knowing it. Like, look how fucking weird it looks. I hate it so much. Why? Why would you want this? Doesn't that just draw more attention to it? Like, it draws the eye. All I can see is, well, yeah, exactly. It just looks like somebody's put a butt plug in their cat. It's very wrong. It's bad. I don't like it. Again, all the kink shaming in the world banned from this chat. Like, we looked up odontophilia earlier. That was weird, but you know, no judgment here whatsoever. Just didn't know about it. If you buy one of these, you deserve to be in prison. Just not okay. So maybe it's that and he's embarrassed.
I have no idea what that is doing in there.
I think I see how this is going to go.
Anything else, Dreya the Fourth? Whatever you like.
How about this? I entangle a string of pearl, creamy and iridescent. I know where to put these. Clearly very good quality, even to my untrained eye. Fluffy looks uncomfortable.
Yes, they are rather special, aren't they? I do have a particular fondness for them. Please don't take them, they've been in me.
I let him off the hook as my eye catches sight of something dull and cheap looking. Major, what on earth is this? The filthy bottle sticks out like a sore thumb amongst the shiny baubles that Floofy usually likes to collect.
Oh, that, heavens. I forgot all about that thing. It might suit you.
I'll buy one now from Amazon.
If you shake it, you will hear something rattling about in there. I do believe it contains a note or a script of some kind.
I could read it. He's selling it to me.
Silly, really. I did get it into my head to find a way to open the bottle, but the cork is wedged in tight.
I choose this to start my collection, Major.
Really? That old thing?
But I can tell he's absolutely delighted.
Yes, and I
have an idea how to open it. Just fucking smash it on the ground. Surely. I whip off my apron. I'm wearing an apron, apparently, and I loosely wrap it around the bottle. Then smash it. Am I dressed as a sort of femboy maid in this scene? Sorry, that's completely changed the tone. Looking through a sea of pearls and butt plugs while dressed as a femboy maid. Alright. I smash it unceremoniously against the side of a tree. Yep. That you can really badly cut your hand doing that. It's not like in movies. Bottles don't really smash very easily. And when they do, they can just leave the neck fucking open in your hand. I have a feeling the real treasure is this. The friendship we've made. I carefully pick the parchment from amongst the shards of glass and cast a cursory eye over the faded scribbles. A genuine message in a bottle. This could fill in so many blanks about the history of this place.
A piece of paper?
Oh, Major, this is not just a piece of paper. This is better than anything I could have hoped for. It's vintage Victorian erotica. Which is quite good to look at, honestly. Go search up some of that. It's very fun. There's a website and a Twitter account called Whores of Yore, which is like a historian collecting like old erotica, and it's very funny. I like it a lot.
If that's what you deem to be a treasure, then please be my guest.
I follow that account. I will say, Victorian women really went in for the giant asses, which is very pleasing. Like, turns out under those big Victorian skirts, just huge fucking asses. All of them. I'm suggesting this, by the way, as a curiosity. Dreya just recommending porn now. What does the stream come to? It's a fun account. It's good. And it talks... The account is good because it also talks about, sex workers' rights and stuff like that. So, a very based account, basically. Thank you so much, Major. I grin from ear to ear. I must go now, though. I'm late for lunch duty. I excitedly kiss Floofy Butt on his fluffy head before dashing back to base. He's going to be thinking about that for days. Recon 13 unlocked. That's what we're doing next, then. Purely educational. Exactly. Yeah, we'll do the last recon then, and then the last date, and then the last thing. Research. Translating Major's gift. I think it's time to take a look at that message in a bottle that Floofy Butt found. Yes. Hello, Russell. Welcome. Oh, do I dare click on this after what I've just talked about? Oh, it's just an adorable cat. Doing something very strange. Not weird strange, just, why is it doing that? 1 second. That's what I'm saying. It's 6 seconds long, which makes me think this could have been a Vine at some point. Remember Vine? Years ago? Remember Vine existed? Anyway, back to this. No wholesome cats. Only cats we can fuck. Start. Sorry, that's too rude. The ink is surprisingly well preserved. The only obstacle to my understanding of this letter is deciphering the scrawling scribble. Some words I can make out. Punished, God, presumably the signature at the bottom, Bill. Bill. I can make out some other words, but they appear to be badly misspelled, or possibly not even English. Some other hybrid language, maybe colloquial? Patois, maybe? I don't speak patois, sure. I spent an hour or two, though it feels much longer, attempting to translate each character and syllable into my notepad. I obsessively write and rewrite words until a sentence takes shape. Eventually, I'm left with something quite legible. Once I'm satisfied that each word is correct and each sentence has meaning, I read it through.
To whoever finds this bottled message, we have been cursed. We be judged for our sins. We wrecked upon the rocks. I couldn't tell ye where we be, but I think it's hell. These cats, they're everywhere, and they won't forgive us. They know what we've done. My guts burned for food. I had no choice. I had to eat. I regret it now. God help me, I do. Now I'm cursed. And the boys are too. The cats are eating us slowly from the inside. It burns more than hunger. It burns me rotten. They stare at me all the time with those horrible yellow eyes. They know what we done. They're getting retribution. They're getting justice.
Little dark.
God help me. I now pray for my death. If you find yourself in the path of the infinite island, turn back. Don't do what we done. Leave them. This is their island. I need my little Lucy to know that I love her. I'm sorry, Petal. Bill.
I read it again. And then again. But it seems the more I read it, the less sense it makes to me. I wonder if reading it aloud might help me understand, like in school. We have been cursed. We be judged for our sins. We wrecked on the rocks. We found the previous shipwreck. We found this shipwreck. So their ship crashed and they survived. I'm not sure if they're very lucky or very unlucky. The cats won't forgive us. I had to eat. I had no choice. My skin prickles with goosebumps. Who knows what lengths people might go to in order to survive. I'm sure I'm capable of a lot more than I'd like to believe, sat here in the comfort of my tent, but this? My stomach turns at the thought of it. I think I understand what Bill means, but the next part is less clear and more disturbing. They're eating us from the inside. Like food poisoning? Thought of that is bad enough, but I can't help thinking he means something else, something worse. Surely the place Bill is talking about is here, the island. The Infinite Island? I've never heard anybody call it that. Most people call it Cat Island or the Vorloranen Island. Formally. Perhaps this crew were the first humans to set foot here? How long have the cats been here, anyway? This letter seems like 100 years old, and the cats were pretty established then by the sound of things. The cats in this note must be the elders. I suddenly feel another pang of sympathy for Bill and the crew. I know how frightening those can be. I decide not to tell Floofybot about the contents of this gift. It would only add to his paranoia. I instead promise myself that I'll look further into this another time. That's not going to happen. You're about to be turned into a cat and maybe get shot in the head again? Rest. You had a lovely nap and wake up feeling revitalized. I don't feel like we've gotten very romantically involved with Floofybot. Floofybot seems more like a friend than the others. And even then, he's such a racist that I don't know if I would even want to fuck him. Final date. Let's see how this wraps up. Floofybot has asked me to accompany him to the beach because he wants me to share some thoughts with me. As usual, I have no idea what he's devising. He has asked me to sit comfortably on our blanket, and is now standing in front of me, with a piece of paper wedged between his front paws, endlessly clearing his throat as though he's about to make a speech.
It is often the case,
At last.
that on an auspicious occasion, a speech may be required to honour the affair.
A speech, not airball then.
Today, I feel it fitting that I deliver a brief address to mark the importance of the new moon anniversary of my first meeting the person who has changed irrevocably the course of my life. My dear, I am a cat of rhetoric and proud of it. My verbosity is remarked upon throughout the island, and yet I have felt the need to scratch a few words onto this paper, in case my wit and intellect should fail under the duress of sentimentality, and I find myself unable to express adequately the dictates of my feline heart. Indulge me for a moment as I grapple with that most elusive of emotions, love, for that is the matter at hand. What is love? Loyalty, respect, allegiance, support, cooperation, and mutual trust. There is no better way to show love, whether it be for king and country or for cream pastry, than with a proud and loud declaration of humble,
He peeks at his scrap of paper.
that,
He holds the paper up to his good eye.
blast my handwriting.
He claws the paper to shreds.
For goodness sake, Dreya, what I mean to say is that I love you. And whether or not you love me is of no consequence. I'm not expecting a response. I only wish to know my feelings. I understand that yours for me may not be the same, but I request without prejudice or expectation that you end my limbo with a response.
Is that Pride and Prejudice?
I don't know.
Sounds quite similar to Miss Darcy first tells Elizabeth that he loves her.
Oh, nerd.
Can I unplug that battery thing from the wall?
Yes.
I got some chips. Do you want some?
No.
Do you want to do these flowers?
Later. Bye.
I have chips right now. Can we come into you?
No, not right now.
In a takeaway bar?
I'll be done soon. I love you. Goodbye. They say hello. She has a hello back. I love you too, Floofy Butt. We don't actually love him. We're lying to him, but we want to fuck him at least, right? Look, he's a racist. He can take it. I love you too. Oh, Major, of course my feelings are the same. You have my unequivocal respect, allegiance, and love. Goodness, we're even starting to sound alike. That's not a good thing. Oh.
Oh my. I wasn't expecting that, but honestly, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, just come here. Get that barbed cock of yours out. The new TOS got launched recently. I haven't read it. Can you tell? The large tabby launches himself into my arms. We share a long and slightly scratchy hug. I guess we're into that. Cancelled. Relationship goals, Floofy Butt. Let's try to have a happy ending. We might get killed again. It's just research 7. Is this the one that we failed last time by standing up for ourselves? I'm a Barbie girl in a furry world. I arrive at the lab a little later today. I got held up by the incredibly important task of petting all the cats I saw on the way in. Very crucial stuff. As I enter, this is the same one, I recognize the dialogue. Fuck. So the game can't really progress then unless we fucking get into this, can it? Oh, thank you for the raid, Appa! Hello, everybody. It's very kind of you. Look, you may want to leave. We're doing some very weird stuff in this game. This is on the surface for raiders. This is a game about trying to fuck cats. And I don't mean anthropomorphic cats either. I mean cats. But it's turned into a very, very dark game. I know that sounds dark on the surface already, but we have had characters get killed, get shot in the head. He might be a cult leader. He's definitely an evil scientist. We're about to do some sort of horrible experiment on people. It's not going well. Stay and make Dreya acknowledge what he chose. As I enter, I see a large unmarked wooden box on the table. What were you playing, by the way, Appa? Morning, Professor. I wasn't expecting you to be working alongside me today. I'm not, I'm afraid. I'm actually in rather a hurry. But I needed to explain to you a new protocol I'd like you to carry out for me. He opens the lid of the crate, and inside are rows of small clear bottles, each containing white fluid. We know what that fluid could be. What is this, milk?
No, these are samples from our offshore lab.
Samples of what?
So many questions. Curiosity is a marvelous trait for a scientist. Now, I want you to run some tests on these. I want you to check how they respond to contact with compounds 16, 18, and 24.
I notice how deftly he evades that question.
Once you've done that, provided there are no complications, just kind of slogging through Mario Odyssey.
I have never played, or at least never finished, a Mario game still. I know that makes me baffling to many people, but I have never... I never really owned any consoles growing up. Like, I only owned PC stuff. And I owned a DS, but I never owned any Mario games on it, other than Mario Kart. Mario Kart doesn't really count, but I played Mario Kart. But I played a little bit of, like, some of the old Mario games on emulator. Like, you know, Super Mario World or Mario 3 or whatever it's called. And liked it, but I'm very, very, very bad at platformers. I feel like I might like things like Odyssey and Galaxy, because they seem a bit more accessible to me. I just never grew up with platformers or using a controller, to be honest, and so I'm terrible at it. Like, I've been playing, here and there, I've been playing Conker's Bad Fur Day for the first time, because I never played that either, because I never owned an N64, and my god, I'm bad at that game. Like, laughably bad. Like, to the point where I think something might be wrong with me. Bad. It took me something like half an hour to get out of the first room in that game. I'm learning, but oof. I've been wanting to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I can't find a copy. Yeah, I have an emulator. I don't even know where you'd buy N64 games anymore. I guess CEX? But I don't even know if they'd stock them. I mean, they're very old now, right? We've got a whole world to discover. They're a lot of fun. I've never heard anything bad about one of the Mario games. Because, you know, it's Mario. Obviously, it's famous for a reason. I do CEX or eBay. I think I've bought every Zelda game because I keep hearing how good they are, but I haven't finished a single one. I have finished a few. My Appa, actually, if anybody on my chat, you know, go follow Appa. She's great. But, she plays like, you know, Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. Breath of the Wild is really fucking good, and I finished that. Twilight Princess I finished. I couldn't bring myself to finish Skyward Sword because I hated it too much. I finished Ocarina of Time, finished Wind Waker. I finished a few. I own about 20 N64 games, but I don't have the console any longer. Isn't it legal to emulate them if you own them? Or is that just a myth? You know, one of those myths that spreads around on the internet. Anyway, continue on with this.
Once you've done that, provided there are no complications, I'll need you to apply the same sample to some of the cats and record the results.
This is the scene that got us killed last time. We refused to do it. So I don't think we can continue the game without doing animal experiments. We got shot in the head last time. I don't want to get shot in the head again. We need to fix this. We need to fix our werecat disease.
Apply the sample to the cats, Dreya the Fourth. We're looking for specific reactions.
Of course, sir, but shouldn't I have a little bit more information before I start applying untested products to living subjects? I think Twitch says it's cool if you own it or something. Let's pretend I own Conker's Bad Fur Day. Nobody tell Twitch. Depends what country. In the UK, no. In the EU and Norway, yes, thank God. In the US, it depends on what mode the lawyers and judges are in that day. Oof. Gonna grab some food anyway. Thank you for the raid, and everybody check out Appa. Have a grand stream weekend. You too. Weekend, not stream. I know you just finished. That's how raids work.
Look, Dreya the Fourth, I understand your concerns. Of course I do. However, once in a while, one has to trim a little red tape, and this is one of those occasions. Now, I really am in the most awful rush, my dear, but I have complete faith in you.
Suddenly, I'm alone. I pick up one of the samples from the box. It looks almost like a miniature milk bottle, but the fluid inside is creamier than milk. I retrieve the compounds from the cabinet the professor wanted me to test, and I spend some time combining them with the sample. From what I can tell, the compounds are some kind of organic material, but nobody's told me where they come from or what they actually are. I look at them under the microscope one by one, add a little bit of the sample. It's a bit like glue, so it's hard to get it to combine. White milky substance that looks a bit like glue in a vial? I wonder what this could be. And we know that in the previous tests we've done, There have been elements of cat saliva and, like, cat mucus. So, you know, we know what this is. I have no idea what this stuff is or its intended use, but I do know that I don't feel comfortable applying it to live subjects. I look at the cats in their cages. They look back at me with trusting eyes. Look, we know what happens. Last time, just so you don't view me too harshly, I refused to administer the sample. We took a stand, we were given a second chance and everything, and I still refused to do it, but we were fired and then killed at the docks when we tried to leave. We couldn't remember who we were, we couldn't remember our own name, what our family was, where we lived. We were turning into a cat and losing our memory, and they shot me in the head, Dreya the Third. So I have to administer the sample. I suppose I have no choice. The professor will fire me if I won't do the job I was hired to do. You wish. You wish it was just that. I try to stay professional and detached. I open one of the cats and retrieve Muffin, a slightly plump Persian. She starts purring as soon as I touch her. She's a little older than the other cats and loves the attention. I hope this stuff doesn't harm her. I set her down on the counter and I get a little of the sample. I apply it gently to one of her legs. She seems a bit put out. Now that was a bad fur day. Oof. Oof. She seems a bit put out, but she's still purring. By the way, Conker's Bad Fur Day will come back soon. It's just I need to finish some other games first. Like, I need to finish, like, fucking Alien and Gothic still. And this. Maybe once I finish this, which shouldn't be too long. But I mean, I still have, just as proof, I have the Conker's Bad Fur Day, like, screen up. So, like, you know, this is the, like, framing I have. I made, like, a little overlay for it and everything, so it will be back. Yeah, back to, like, my main game screen. I set her down on the counter, get a little of the sample, and apply it gently to one of her legs. She seems a bit put out, but she is still purring. That's a good sign. I wait about 20 minutes and nothing has happened. Hopefully that's another good sign. I apply a little bit more to the back of her neck this time. I feel really uncomfortable doing this. Flying blind goes against all of my training to date. I have to have faith that the professor knows what he's doing, that this is his project. Ugh! Conkers can go jump off a bridge. After another 20 minutes, I don't notice anything physical. Although Muffin does seem to be a little bit more energetic, she's happily chasing my pen across the counter. I wrestle the pen out of her grip and make some notes of my observations. I place her gently back in her crate. I decide to spend the night in the lab. I don't want to leave her alone, just in case anything happens. But by 4 AM, Muffin is sleeping soundly, and I can't keep my eyes open any longer, so I head back to the tent. Okay. Nothing that night, that's good. And more research got unlocked. And we didn't die. Okay, so we get a happy ending here. Hopefully literally as well. I've come to the forest to gather my thoughts. This morning, I noticed another change in my appearance. Up until now, it's been easy to cover up my transition. I just had to keep on top of removing excess body hair. Even the stub of a tail that appeared a few days ago hasn't been a problem. Who'd see it? But this new development is definitely a turning point. How am I going to explain the fact that my pupils have turned into vertical slits? I can't risk anyone seeing me like this, so I'm going to hide out for a while and see what happens. Sometime later. I'm lazing in the midday sun. Sleeping in the midday sun. Sleeping in the midday sun. That's a reference for everyone. My nap is interrupted by the familiar sound of the ferry arriving at the pier. Seems my replacement's already arrived. I stretch and roll out onto my back. Oh, look at us! Counts as singing, damn it. I wonder what the professor's new assistant will be like. Meow.
Hopefully they'll be a bit less naive than you were.
Major wrinkles his nose, seemingly disgusted by the memory. Was I really that naive, meow, when I first arrived here?
Afraid so.
Really, meow? I don't remember much about it.
Oh yes, you were quite exuberant. It was really rather charming. I'm slightly predatory as a cat.
He grins at me playfully and I scoff. I roll into the sand and smile at my sweet major before closing my eyes for a midday nap. I don't regret what's happened to me. Not for a second. I'm happy here with my family. My tribe. It was a struggle at first. making the decision to let it all go, give up on an antidote and the idea of rehumanizing myself. Falling in love was a great contributor to my decision-making, as was the fact that no one else seemed very motivated. I suppose being a cat just kind of gets to you in the end. Now I wouldn't consider any other life. My only worries these days are deciding when to eat, which particular part of this paradise island to sleep in. So much choice. Also, the barbed genitals sound unpleasant. Cat sex can't be pleasant, right? If you don't know, basically, I've mentioned this before, it's an unpleasant nature fact. Cats have barbed penises. It's not a good time for them, I think. And of course, staying out of the hands of that research team. Not that it's a problem for us, we look out for one another, we know where to hide. I slink my tail over to Fluffybutt and hook it around his tail. Happy days. Jesus, that was kind of depressing. Okay. Successful dates 3, because we called him racist that one time and shouted at him a lot. Okay, I mean, I have to go, but, you know, thank you for watching. We might finish this game next weekend. I'll be live again on Monday. I'm not live tomorrow, but I'll be live again on Monday. I'll be playing Gothic, more Gothic, and I'll be playing Gothic probably again on Wednesday, or maybe Rust. I haven't decided yet. And then Alien on Thursday and Friday. Alien on Thursday and Friday. I'm not live on Sunday or Tuesday this week, basically. So, you know, deal with that as you will. Thank you for watching. Thanks for raids. Thanks for follows. Thanks for bits, subscriptions, all that kind of thing throughout the stream. Means a lot. It's very kind of you. I'll raid somebody as well just to keep it going. I should probably raid. I've gotten better about raiding. I used to always forget to raid. Now I generally remember. Oh, Effort UK is on. Speaking of Rust, I am in the Limmy Rust server. Thanks for the stream, Dreya. Thank you for watching. I am in the Limmy Rust server, along with Nuku as well. Look, let's be honest, it's a little bit dead. But, you know, I'm still on it occasionally. Running around. I got some guns last night. It was fun. Go watch somebody else play in that server right now, I assume. /raid effort. Oh god, there's a fucking 0 in his name. Effort UK. Go and hang out there if you feel like it, or, you know, enjoy your weekend if you don't. Like I said, I'll be live again on Monday, so see anybody there then. I won't be playing this. I'll be playing something like a bit more serious. Well, not really serious. It's not like I pay attention to the fucking plot. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you for watching. Raid. Sorry, I now have to wait 10 seconds while the raid takes effect. Let's all wait. I've already said my goodbyes. I'm not saying it again. 2 seconds, 1 second. There we go. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching.